Only that, a great pass from quarterback Easton Smith. Lobs it up here, a back shoulder throw. Sanders able to turn around and catch it over the defender. Tremendous play from the freshman.
Dominic Jackson was right there in coverage, but Sanders, we've seen him make catches like that so far this season. And he does it again. Into the red zone we go, the Intermountain Healthcare red zone. 1st and 10 from the Hard Rocker 11. Flag will fly. Will this be a free play for Dixie State? It's Luongo around the left end being tugged by Toluta'u, the offensive lineman. He'll pick up 5 yards on the play, or 4 or 5. A flag flew right at the start of the play. They let it go, which is why I think it might be offsides free play. We wait to find out. Here's Jeff Reed. Could be illegal formation.
Illegal formation. More than 4 in the backfield.
Yep.
5-yard penalty, first down.
That's one of those other penalties that will not stop the play. .11:40 to go here in the first. Both teams scoreless, but Dixie State threatening. 1st down and 15. Now back to the 16-yard line of South Dakota Mines. Still inside the Intermountain red zone. 3 Fabulous Freddy's first down for Dixie State on this first drive. Smith with 2 receivers out to his right, now 2 after to his left as well after Durant in motion. Pressure comes, fires to the end zone. Catch is made in the end zone. Touchdown Trailblazers. And that is Connor Miller, who got into the end zone, turned and made the catch. Touchdown Trailblazers.
Great play and a great pass here from Easton Smith. The second time he's done this on this drive. Kind of a back shoulder throw. You'll see Miller here at the left side of your screen. Just a back shoulder throws it away from the defender. No chance for the defender there, Steven Nolasco, to get to that one. Perfectly placed ball for the Trailblazers score.
Jurgensen on for the all-important PAT. Dixie State a 6-0 lead, 11:14 to go. High snap, Durant brings it down, and the kick is still up and good. Dixie State leading at 7-0 with 11:14 to go in the first. Trailblazers score first. I'll let you know what their record is this season and all-time when they score first, right after this 60-second timeout on the Trailblazer Football Network.
From surgical suites to patient rooms to conference rooms. In scrubs, suits, or sneakers. With stethoscopes, computer code, or mops. We are all caregivers. Intermountain Healthcare. Healing for life.
Camping World is here to help you connect to adventure and explore the outdoors with friends and family. Offering new and pre-owned RVs to fit every budget and thousands of parts and accessories for any need. Camping World has it all. With over 130 supercenters nationwide, you're never far from America's #1 RV dealer. No matter where your adventures take you. Whether you need an RV, parts, or service, Camping World is here to help you every step of the way. Visit Camping World in St. George or shop campingworld.com today.
Welcome back inside Trailblazer Stadium. Anthony Jurgensen will kick short once again. It'll be Manley fielding at his own 8-yard line. Across the 10, across the 20. Stutter step, able to avoid a couple of tacklers. Still on his feet across the 40 and knocked out of bounds across the 40 near the 45-yard line. A couple of chances for Dixie State to make the stop. They were not able to do that. And good field position for South Dakota Mines.
And we see here on the replay that pass from Easton Smith, but on the return, a good return from Manley. Able to just get on the sidelines and hug his blocker there, able to get it up out to the 40-yard line.
Block in the back, number 86. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Of course, that'll help. A block in the back, flag on the play. That's Matthew Dietz, tight end in on special teams, a block in the back, and now not so good field position back to their own 15-yard line. Dixie State so far this season 2-0 when scoring first in a game and all time. And this is big because you can look through these numbers. Dixie State has had its struggles in football in the D2 era. This is one of those categories where they have a winning record. 26-20 all time in the D2 era when scoring first. That bodes well. First down and 10 for South Dakota Mines. 2 receivers to either side. Silveria at the right hip of Sullivan in the shotgun. Sullivan, pressure comes, fires down the far sideline, incomplete. Darren Jones in coverage, pass intended for Joe Lubers. There was little contact, no whistle though. Incomplete, second down and 10.
Yeah, this is just good coverage. I'm glad for the no call here. You'll see Darren Jones at the top of your screen. A good coverage. down the sideline, and just really just a throw. It wasn't an accurate throw, but really good coverage from Darren Jones to force the miss.
And I called Lubers on that pass. I think it was calling Zerb. Jet sweep from left to right, and it goes nowhere. Quentin Starks from left to right. He gets 2 yards. Now they're just, where are they going to mark it? Now they're marking. We'll call it no gain. No gain, 3rd down and 10. They couldn't make up their minds where they wanted to put it, but good coverage by Dixie State on that play.
Yeah, and Trayvon Watson here was the guy to force him out of bounds. Really good from the safety position to crash down and force him out of bounds for no gain.
Another big 3rd down. 3rd down and 10. Trips to the far side for Jake Sullivan in the Hard Rocker offense. They set up. Now he stands up, looks back to the sideline. They'll reset. Silveria moves from left to right on the backfield with Sullivan. They're going to dump it Silveria out of the backfield. He has blockers. I believe he may have stepped out of bounds. They're not going to whistle him out of bounds, and he's going to have the 1st down, I think. Boy, it looked like he stepped out of bounds about the 20-yard line. They're going to give him the 1st down to the 25. If they had replay in Division II, we'd be looking at this one. We're going to get a good look at it anyway. He makes the catch. You can't see it. It's blocked. From up here, it looked like he was out of bounds. As it stands, 1st down and 10. Big conversion for the Hard Rockers on 3rd down. Back to the line they go. 1st down and 10 from their own 25. They go to Silveria. End around right side. Now cuts it back inside. He's swallowed up. He goes nowhere. Whistles ring in. Still some extracurriculars after the play. Boy, Dixie State, we mentioned in the pregame show, there's just no part for that. Cannot afford to have any penalties after the whistle. As soon as you hear the whistle, you got to just stop. No gain, 2nd down and 10 for the Hard Rockers. 9:45 to go in the 1st.
It was Shiloh Pritchard there to get to him first. Stand him up for no gain.
Trips far side for Jake Sullivan on 2nd down and 10. Ball still at 25-yard line. 7-0 Dixie State lead on your Chick-fil-A scoreboard. Sullivan loads up, fires, and he overthrew his man on the far sideline. Carson Hunt, 6'4", 210-pound sophomore from Arvada, Colorado. And that throw was not where it needed to be. Even at 6'4", he couldn't get up and make that catch.
Yes, Sullivan, uncharacteristically inaccurate. 66% completion percentage on the season. 2 balls that should have been caught if they were thrown on the money. That one just a little bit high. Darren Jones in coverage.
9:27 to play in the 1st. Dixie State scoring on a 7-play, 70-yard drive. Capped by the touchdown pass from Easton Smith to Connor Miller. Another big 3rd down here. Sullivan will pull it down. He's going to run it. He slides. And he'll get 3 yards on the play. It'll be 4th down and 7. There was a slight hit right after he gave himself up. And every time I see that, I hold my breath because if you're a linebacker already engaged, it's hard to slow yourself up. Referees did a good job, kept the flag in the pocket. Dixie State forces the punt.
Yeah, good play here from the Dixie State linebacking core. That Shiloh Pritchard and Abraham Reinhardt just basically playing quarterback spy. They're not letting Sullivan get out of the pocket and bringing him down for a minimal gain.
Grant Russell, sophomore punter, catches and gets this one away. Short punt. And it will fall in the arms of Xavier Smith. He makes the catch and is hit immediately. Boy, it didn't look like they gave him very much space on that, but Dixie State will start at its own 35-yard line. Now that we see he didn't fumble, a very heads-up play by Xavier Smith to not let that ball roll another 20 yards or so down the field.
Yeah, and a good play by Connor Genovi, really good in coverage there to bring him down right after he catches it. Fortunately for the Trailblazers, he's able to hang on to it.
Easton Smith brings this Dixie State offense back onto the field. They did just about anything they wanted on the 1st drive. Play action to Longo, rolls out to his right, will dump it to the tight end. Kilgore making the catch at the numbers on the far side, and he stopped at the 39-yard line. Pick up of 4 on 1st down and 10.
Yeah, good play here for the Trailblazers. A play action to Luongo. Fake the action off to the left and throw Kilgore out there into the flat. But I'll pick up a 4 yards or so.
A lot of short passes tonight. Like you mentioned, they've definitely seen something on film that they want to exploit. They're not going deep too often. A lot of quick hitters. 2 receivers to either side, kind of lined up. Single file formation. They'll swing it left side, and Duran drops another one. Would have only gone for a yard or 2. He did have Dewan Dancer out blocking for him. But he dropped it again this time. You're thinking that the eyes are coming up thinking about that hit that's probably coming, and he dropped it.
Hey, you've always got to watch the ball deep into your hands. That may be just a case of him trying to get upfield a little bit quicker than he had the ball in his hands.
3rd down and 6. Now whistles. They're going to move the ball from the left hash back to the right hash. Now here we go. 3rd down and 6. For Dixie State, you'd like to keep the chains moving here. Keep this drive alive. 3rd down and 6. Their own 39. 2 receivers either side. Same formation. Lined up behind one another. Luongo at the right hip of Smith. Smith fires across the middle. Catch is made. Sanders has it at the 50. And he'll make his way across the 50 into Hard Rocker territory down to the 41-yard line. Dixie State going to pick up 20 yards on the play.
And you see pressure there for the Trailblazers on Easton Smith from Michael Retland, but able to complete the pass over the middle to Sanders and a 1st down.
Dixie State trips to the near side on 1st down, kind of all bunched together on the left side. Lone receiver to the far side. They'll throw a slant, and it's picked off. And here we go. Returner still going. He may go all the way, and he's tackled inside the 15 down near the 10-yard line. Easton Smith and Giovanni Sanders not on the same page. Smith throws his first interception of the season, killing a very promising drive. Smith was cutting inside. Smith throwing outside and right into the hands of Dominic Jackson, his 3rd interception of the season.
Yeah, like we mentioned, Dominic Jackson in the pregame, he can do this. He cuts the route off. Kind of just not on the same page is Smith and Sanders.
Flag down right where the interception was made. I don't think it's going to be anything that negates the interception.
Block in the back, number 21. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
So that is Adrian Eastman, freshman defensive back, getting antsy and making a block in the back. So if you're Dixie State, the one good thing that came out of it is that South Dakota Mines does not have 1st and 10 inside the red zone. But still, quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. And Sanders was there. He just wasn't making that cut to the inside as quickly as Smith wanted to get rid of the ball. And it almost looked like it surprised Jackson. The ball just landed right in his hands. He almost dropped it. South Dakota Mines getting the first turnover of this game, and they take advantage on 1st down. Silveria, big hole up the middle, and he's going to score. Oh, boy, all the way up the middle from the 27-yard line. Touchdown, Hard Rockers. That is 73 yards to the house.
Actually, Kevin Thompson, Carrick, on the run there, just is able to get up the middle and just finds a lot of open grass, basically untouched, and goes all the way to the end zone, Carrick.
73-yard touchdown run for I keep wanting to say Silveria, Kevin Thompson. He's the running back that played in the game last year when these two teams met up. I asked the question, could South Dakota Mines take advantage? Oh, they did in one play. High snap on the PAT, brought down, and the kick is still up and good. Game tied at 7 on your Chick-fil-A scoreboard. 7:18 to play in the first. And we have a game inside Trailblazer Stadium. 60-second timeout and back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
I'm Jimmy. This is my definition of fresh since 1983.
7:18 to play in the first. Game tied at 7 on your Chick-fil-A scoreboard. Kevin Thompson going 73 yards to the house after the Dominic Jackson interception. How will this Dixie State offense respond? They've yet to go 3 and out. Aaron Simpson will take it 2 yards deep. Making his way around the left end, 20, trying to catch the corner. Now he's cutting it back inside, still on his feet, and that's actually Elijah Isaiah getting out to the 30-yard line. Number 23, not number 24, so Isaiah will bring it back to the 30-yard line. Pretty good field position for Dixie State to start once again.
Yeah, good return here from Isaiah. He's able to get off to the left edge, starts it all the way to the top of the screen, then the far side of the field, and cuts it back all the way to the near side of the field. Crafty footwork here when he gets to the sidelines. You'll see here, makes one guy miss, makes 2 guys miss, and able to get up there to the 30-yard line and start a good field position for the Trailblazers.
7:07 to go in the first. Easton Smith jogs the troops back out. We'll see how he responds to his first interception of the season. Trips to the far side, they'll give to Luongo. It looked like he'd be swallowed up, but he'll find a couple yards out of it. 2nd down and 8 off tackle to the left for Sajay on first down. 6:55 to go in the first.
Yeah, give him 2 yards, just a little simple run here off to the left side, off tackle. Swallowed up initially, but able to keep the legs churning, push forward for 2 yards.
2nd down and 8, ball at the Dixie State 32-yard line. Smith will have 2 receivers to the far side. Blitz comes, they'll dump it to Sajay out of the backfield. 35, 40, gets a block. Across midfield to the 40-yard line. Big pickup for Sajay Luongo. He's high-stepping, avoiding shoestring tacklers, getting blocked. Great play overall for Dixie State.
A simple play for the Trailblazers, get some big yards. You'll see Easton Smith fake the pass to the right, drop back, a screen pass here to Luongo, get the defensive rushers, get all the way up the field, gets Luongo behind the defense, able to get up past the 40-yard line.
Ball goes to the 38-yard line officially, 31-yard pitch and catch for Easton Smith and Sajay Luongo. Right as the play's going to start, South Dakota Mines is going to take a timeout. 6:14 to go. Dixie State and South Dakota Mines tied at 7. Timeouts brought to you by Catering Concepts. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Come right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
At Kneaders, we start simple, making bread from scratch with just a handful of ingredients. It's not the easy way, but it's worth it. Honest bread made without shortcuts. When you come to Kneaders, every loaf of bread, every sandwich starts here. Yes, it takes more time, but that's why we get an early start. Stop by today for dine-in, takeout, or drive-through.
.6:14 to play in the first. Dixie State, after the 31-yard pitch and catch from Easton Smith to Sajay Luongo, facing a 1st and 10 from the Hard Rocker 38-yard line. They've been into Hard Rocker territory on all 3 drives now. We'll see what they do. 2 receivers far side, 1 on the near side. Sajay Luongo in the backfield with Smith. 2-step drop, pump fake. Now lobs to the end zone. Man is there, and catch is made. Did he get a foot down? Touchdown, Xavier Smith. Isaiah Wooden. How about that throw, and how about the catch and a 38-yard touchdown from Easton Smith to Isaiah Wooden?
Carrick, like you said, a tremendous pitch and catch from Easton Smith. You'll see here on the replay, Easton Smith drops back, looks off his first receiver, and then he'll look back to his right, lobs it up. He's able to get a step on his defender, bring it in, and bring down a foot for the Trailblazer touchdown.
I think we've got another nomination for NCAA.com D2 Football Plays of the Week. Jurgensen, PAT, no good, wide right. Dixie State leads at 13-7, 6:06 to go on your Chick-fil-A scoreboard. Let's take a 60-second timeout. What a catch, Isaiah Wooden making the catch, getting the foot down inbounds. Trailblazers lead 13-7. 60-second timeout and back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
Call it a path. Or way through. It can be arrow straight, or have twists and turns. It's life's financial journey, and Mountain America Credit Union is here to guide you every step of the way. With timely advice and affordable products, this is your journey. Let's begin together. We're Mountain America, guiding you forward.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Dixie State leading 13-7. Jurgensen getting set to put this back into play. Drayson, what a play.
Yeah, a great play, a great pass from Easton Smith. Isaiah Wooden able to beat his defender. That was Chandler Kaleo in coverage for the touchdown.
Kickoff is fielded. There you go. New rule this year. Kickoffs, you can make a fair catch inside the 20-yard line and then bring it back out to the 25, and that is where the Hard Rockers will start.
I really like what I'm seeing from the Trailblazer offense, Carrick. Able to move the ball right now at will. They've been able to come out and make a lot of good long pass plays, but they've also been able to make a lot of short pass plays, pick up a lot of yards, the screen pass, a couple of quick slants and posts, things like that. Offensively, pass game is working right now for the Trailblazers.
Dixie State outgaining South Dakota Mines 179-94. You take away the 73-yard run, and it's a totally different story. But here we go. First down, Kevin Thompson again. This time he's driven back by Shiloh Pritchard. He says, not this time. Little celebration after the play, and Jeff Reed says, okay, I'll let you have a little fun, but don't go too far with it, or I have to flag you.
Looked like Abraham Reinhart may have just slowed him up a little bit, and then Shiloh Pritchard comes in and brings him down behind the line, loss of 1.
Silveria comes back in after Thompson takes that carry. First down, Sullivan. Screen passes Silveria out of the backfield. Gets outside for a first down, evades a tackler, and he's knocked out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Dixie State defensive back on that far side had a shot at the tackle, but Silveria ran right over him. I think that was Ryan Wilson in coverage on that far side. Silveria able to run out of that tackle.
A good play from Wilson, just shucking his defensive his wide receiver there, and able to come out and slow him down a little bit, force him to the sideline. Not able to bring him down initially, but enough time for the Dixie State defense to get there.
First down, play action, and read option, I should say. Here goes Sullivan across the 50. Leaps across the 40 and is brought down by Mike Jones. And he gets all the way down to the 36-yard line, a pickup of 25 yards on a 1st and 10. You run Silveria and Thompson a couple of times, then you go read option, and it was wide open for Sullivan.
And that's what Sullivan can do to you. He can run that run pass option to perfection, and when he gets out into open space, he's got the legs to be able to pick up a bunch of yards.
First down and 10 from the 36. Sullivan will fire. And Isaiah Manley going to go up and make a catch inside the 10. What a play by Isaiah Manley with Darren Jones in coverage. We've seen good catches on both sides. And South Dakota Mines into the red zone. They hurry back up to the line. First down and 10 from the 4. They'll swing it to Silveria. Catches, scores easily. Boy, this game may turn into a shootout quickly. Game tied at 13, 4:36 to play.
What a drive for the Hard Rockers right here. Able to get things going after that long run. You'll see here just a fake to the left and come back to the right. A great play here by Isaiah Manley. Nothing you can do really if you're Darren Jones. If he's going to go up over the top of you to make that catch, nothing you can really do. A great pass and a great drive from the Hard Rockers.
PAT attempt forthcoming. Dixie State would love to maybe block this one, keep this game a tie game, but see what they can do. Kick is up, and it's good. All important extra point. South Dakota Mines leads 14-13, 4:36 to go. 60-second timeout back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
4:36 to play in the first. Connell Silveria, 4-yard catch to cap a 5-play, 75-yard drive for the Hard Rockers, and South Dakota Mines has its first lead of the game. Isaiah Wooden will take the ensuing kickoff at his 5. Gets a block, trying to find the corner to the 20. Can he turn the corner to the 30, to the 40, pushed out of bounds by Innes Seifa, the kicker, across the 40 to the 41-yard line. A great return for Elijah Isaiah. I said Isaiah Wooden. I can't get names right tonight. I apologize. Elijah Isaiah with the big return as he goes from the right side of the field to the left side, turns the corner. If it wasn't for the kicker, he would have gone to the end zone.
Yeah, same play as the last kick return, just able to get out to that near side edge and only pushed out by the kicker, almost broke it out for a touchdown return.
Dixie State, good field position to start once again. Man, I'm getting a couple names wrong tonight. I apologize for that. Game is still early, still the first quarter. Snap to Smith. He'll leave it with C.J. Luongo. Runs out of the first tackle, and forward progress will get him to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 4 yards. Second down and 6 forthcoming.
C.J. Luongo is so great, Carrick, at getting yards after initial contact. You'll see here, gets contacted right at the line of scrimmage, but able to just keep those legs churning. You see, keeping the ball protected, keeping those legs churning. Forward progress gets him out to the 45-yard line.
Second down and 6. The 4 or 5 yards here would be just dandy. Of course, take all 6 if you can get them. Smith has time, fires across the middle. Catch is made by Connor Miller across the 50, down to the Hard Rocker 47-yard line. First down and 10, Shane's move.
Yeah, this is just a simple play here. A zone look from the defense. Ethan Smith just sits in the pocket, gets comfortable, gets nice protection, finds Connor Miller over the middle, just finds a zone, a pocket in that zone, able to pick up the fabulous Freddy's first down.
Dixie State offensive line giving Easton Smith time tonight. First and 10 from the Hard Rocker 47. 2 receivers split out to either side for Smith. He'll hand off to Lawrence Starks this time. He's into the ball game, his first carry. He goes off tackle to the right. He'll pick up 1 yard. Second down and 9 for Dixie State.
And not much here for Starks off the right edge. Kind of just a zone read. Nothing really there. Hole closes quickly and able to just pick up 1 for Lawrence Starks.
3:03 to go in the first. Still plenty of time until then. I want to remind you the Info West halftime report. Coming up. And this first 30 minutes of football are completed. Snap to Smith on second down. Quarterback keeper across the 40. Tries to get down to the 40. He gets there. It'll be a pickup of 8 yards. So second down and just a couple forthcoming. He took a big hit at the 40. Wanted to try to give himself up, and now he's walking off the field.
Yeah, he's got to come off the field, Carrick. If
Did his helmet come off?
If your helmet comes off during the play, you have to come off the field for at least 1 play.
Wanted to get to where he could maybe slide and give himself up, but he just was not able to get there. Took a big hit, so it'll be third down and 3 at the 40. Trent Darms. Have not seen Trent since the Fort Lewis game 2 weeks ago. He'll come in with 2 receivers to either side. Snap to Darms. He'll give to Starks. Across the 40, shakes out of a tackle to the 35, spinning to the 30. What a run by the freshman, Lawrence Starks, down to the South Dakota Mines 29-yard line, 11-yard run for Lawrence Starks.
Adrian Eastman, the defender, makes the initial wrap-up. Starks able to get his legs free, just right there, able to get his legs free, keep churning, and picks up the fabulous Freddy's first down.
Wow, what a run. This kid really going to be something here. Easton Smith back into the ball game now. Fresh set of downs. First and 10 from the 29. They'll give to C.J. Lowers the head. Bangs his way near the 25. He'll just get the 26. They'll give him 3 yards on the play. Second down and 7 forthcoming as Dixie State approaches the Intermountain Healthcare red zone.
Another run right up the gut here for Luongo, able to pick up about 2.5 yards on the play. We'll give him 3.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Feels like this should be halftime almost. This first quarter is taking quite some time. A lot of passing. When that happens, clock stops a little bit more. Seeing Dixie State kind of establishing a run game here now. 2 receivers to the far side. Play fake to Luongo. Smith with it. Loads up across the middle, and it's intercepted in the end zone again. It's Dominic Jackson again. He'll return it to the 10, to the 15 and 20. Still on his feet. Leaps. A man on the ground across the 25 out to the 30. And 2 interceptions for Easton Smith. And that one returned out across the 30 to the 36-yard line.
And this is a tough interception for Smith. He had DeJuan Dantzler wide open in the middle of the field. Tries to go for it all. The pass is thrown behind the receiver, and that's what allows Dominic Jackson to bring that one in for his second interception of the game.
1:29 to go in the first, and Dixie State trailing in the game 14-13, and in the turnover margin now 2-0. Trailblazers have got to get a stop here, whether it's forcing a turnover to try to swing that back or get a 3 and out, try to get this ball back. Smith has been really accurate on most of his throws tonight, but that throw a little ill-advised. Jake Sullivan will bring this Hard Rocker offense back out of the field. Sullivan slant route, passes broken up by Ryan Wilson near side. What a play.
Yeah, this is the one the receiver should have brought in. That's Carson Hunt there on the bottom of your screen here. Should just bring that ball and hits him right in the hands, but Ryan Wilson able to get his arm in there to knock that one out.
Yeah. Hunt had it in his hands, but Wilson able to get in there and poke the ball free.
Yeah, good coverage.
2nd down and 10. 5 receiver set, empty backfield for Sullivan. Shotgun snap, pulls it down, fires near side. Catch is made, Isaiah Manley. Across the 50, inside the 40. And those little bubble screens have worked really well for South Dakota Mines tonight. And they are driving inside Dixie State territory down to the 34.
Yeah, just a simple play here. Sullivan looks to his right and then back to his left and catches Manley there, able to make one guy miss and get to the sideline. No contain for the Trailblazers. Darren Jones, the first one to get there and force him out of bounds.
1:05 to go. They'll fake the jet sweep, and Remington Kelly is there to greet Jake Sullivan. Throws him to the turf. 6-yard loss. The market just 4 yards officially. They're going to say Sullivan's knee came down at the 39 instead of at the 41. But they faked the jet sweep to Manley, and Remington Kelly off the left edge, not fooled, and he takes Sullivan down.
Yeah, he just comes here off the left edge unblocked, is able to get right to Sullivan and bring him down for a loss of 4.
Now they'll say, 5 officially. 2nd down and 15. Clock rolling under 30 seconds. Play clock down to 8. Snap to Sullivan. He'll give to Thompson. Thompson dives ahead. He'll pick up 3 of those 5 yards lost. And that will probably be the last play of the first quarter. 3rd down and 12 upcoming.
Pier 49, jump around.
Game clock at 8. Play clock is off. Now they're going to try to snap a play down to 3, 2, 1. No, he didn't get it off in time. Clock was at 000 before the snap was made.
And Sullivan can't believe it.
He can't. Well, he thought he beat it. The thing is, the horn's not very loud on the scoreboard here. He can't believe it, but the clock was at triple zeros before that ball was snapped. 15 minutes of football in the books. A lot of offense. South Dakota Mines 14, Dixie State 13 on your Chick-fil-A scoreboard. 60-second timeout. Right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30.
4:30.
Sorry. Did I step on you? I'm always stepping on
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore. On Talking
Or
Point Live.
attempt to, anyway.
15 minutes up on the second quarter clock. Give you some first half stats for you after this play. I can tell you, Dixie State still outgaining South Dakota Mines 212 to 201. Third down snap to Sullivan. They'll drop it to Silveria out of the backfield. One man to beat, and he can't beat him. So they'll stop Silveria shy of the first down marker just by 2 yards. Needed 12, got 10. But that little screen out of the backfield has been extremely efficient for South Dakota Mines tonight.
Yeah, and Silveria had a lot of room to run here. Is able to get out in wide open space. And it looks like Abraham Reinhardt is one to bring him down. They're short of the first down. They're going for it here on
fourth down and 2. Will they really go for it? Or are they trying to draw Dixie State off sides? We'll find out quickly. Snap to Sullivan. Read option. He's got the first down and more. Cutting to the outside. He's going to score. 31-yard touchdown run for Jake Sullivan. South Dakota Mines leads 20-13, 14-16 to go in the second. PAT pin.
This is a really good play design for the Hard Rockers here. Sullivan fakes it to Silveria there in the backfield, gets out to the edge, and it picks up one block, and it's gone down the sideline. Basically runs untouched into the end zone. A good play design for the Hard Rockers there on fourth down.
When you've got a quarterback that can run like Jake Sullivan and a good running back like Connor Silveria, that stuff works for you. Enos Sefa on for the PAT to try to give the Hard Rockers an 8-point lead. Ball is muffed. Sefa throws it, and it's caught on the broken play. Tackle made, but a flag down on the far side, and you just hope that's not offsides. If it's offsides, they'll get to do it again. Referees will consult before Jeff Reed makes the call. Here it comes. Oh, boy.
Offside, 31 defense, lined up in the neutral zone. Half the distance, retry.
So an opportunity to perhaps have that 1-point difference made up. And you give it to them right back. It's been a fun night, but a frustrating night so far for Dixie State. It is Sefa on for the PAT to try it again. High snap, they'll bring it down, and he missed it. He pulled it left. The 7-point game, South Dakota Mines 20, Dixie State 13, 14-16 to go in the second. Trailblazers trail by a touchdown. Can they change that? We'll find out after the 60-second timeout in the Trailblazer Ball Network.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
There is a place where young and old make connections. Where kids feel like grown-ups. And grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast. Where wonder is universal. And laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future. Families find each other. And feelings find their home. There is a place.
And welcome back. Short kick, returnable. Isaiah muffs it, picks it back up. Still time to make something happen here. Completely changes direction from left to right. Can he turn the corner back to the left side now? Back to the 10, 15, and then brought out of bounds. Shy of the 15 at the 13-yard line. Injured Hard Rocker on the near side. Elijah Isaiah did a lot of running on that play. And it will go in as just probably a 5 or 6 yard return.
Yeah, this is the second second kickoff of the day that we've seen muffed by the returner. And Isaiah here just kind of muffs it there, picks it up at about the 8-yard line, and then just turns backfield going in the wrong direction here. I thought for a while this might be disastrous for the Trailblazers, though. However, Isaiah able to make something good out of it, getting back to about the 15-yard line.
Injured hard rocker is Connor Genovi. He's helped to his feet. He'll walk off under his own power. They're working on his shoulder. Seems to be okay. He'll make the long walk. And that's about as far inbounds as you could be on the far sideline. He'll make the long walk back to the South Dakota Mines sideline. Dixie State with its worst field position of the day. 1st and 10 from its own 13-yard line. Easton Smith will jog the troops back out onto the field. So 2 games in a row of no turnovers for the Trailblazers. And then 2 turnovers here in the first half. Hopefully they can get that out of their system. Say, hey, we've had a couple of those. Try not to do that rest of the day. 1st down and 10. On 1st down, they'll hand off up the middle.
Lawrence Starks, the ball carrier.
And they're going to, the announcer said Lawrence Starks. Indeed, it was Starks on the carry.
Yeah, good play
from pick up 7 yards.
Good play here from Starks. See that hole open up there, able to make a few guys miss, a spin move there, able to get about 6 yards on 1st down.
Starks and Luongo both in the backfield. They go 2-back set. Just 2 receivers split out, 1 to either side. They'll go back to Starks, in around left side, gets a block, turns the corner, 30, 35, knocked out of bounds across the 35 to the 37-yard line. 17-yard pickup for Lawrence Starks.
Yeah, good run here by Starks. Gets out onto the edge and is able to use his speed. You'll see the key block here, right here. That's A.J. Luongo making that key block to propel this run inside up to the 37-yard line. Excuse me.
13:20 to play. Dixie State trailing 20-13. They go back to Say this time, end around right side, and he goes for a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, same play for the Trailblazers, just ran to the opposite side of the field. Not much running room here for Say. Hard Rocker is able to sniff this one out, and that's number 34, Michael Retland for the Hard Rockers, first one on the scene.
12:50 to go until halftime. Dixie State trailing 20-13. It was South Dakota Mines 2 years ago that came back from a halftime deficit to win on this field. Dixie State looking for a little bit of that comeback magic for the 2nd straight week. Read option. Smith going to keep it and gives himself up at the 40. Kind of hit and stepped on twice. First one was incidental, but pushing after the play probably was unnecessary, but goes unflagged.
Yeah, just a simple run pass option here, and Smith able to get out to the outside. Not a whole lot of running room, gives himself up though short of the 40.
12:08 to play. Dixie State facing a 3rd and 9. They'll try to convert this one to keep the offense clicking and moving. Brad Duran in motion from right to left. Snap to Smith. Pressure comes. Steps up. He fires. Short-armed it a little bit, and it will be incomplete. Pass intended for Devin Osborne on the near side, and Josh Carlson will make his way on for his first punt of the night.
Yeah, it was pressure was given from the Hard Rockers by number 46. That's Christian Singleton off the left side. You'll see him here come into your screen. That forced a quick pass from Smith, and not able to connect with Devin Osborne.
11:42 to go until halftime. Isaiah Manley back deep, standing about his own 15-yard line. Josh Carlson, his first punt of the night. He'll punt from his own 30 off the side of his foot and out of bounds. And that crosses out of bounds. Where they're going to mark it 28-yard line is where South Dakota Mines will start.
Yeah, good punt here from Carlson, able to flip the field. Dixie State defense coming back onto the field. Their defense has been what's given them the fits the last couple of minutes, the last couple of drives, giving up 20 points. That's where they got to improve on this drive. We'll see if they can do it here.
First and 10, Hard Rockers.
20-13, South Dakota Mines leading it. Welcome you in the broadcast if you're just joining us. You've been with us all night long. We appreciate it, whether you're listening from here in St. George or watching from Rapid City, wherever you may be watching from. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your night. Lawrence Starks on a first down. Excuse me, not Starks. Kevin Thompson
Ball carrier.
around the right end. Wrong team. Thompson around the right end. He loses a yard. Second down, 11. Now they move it back. No gain. Second and 10.
Yeah, just nothing here from Thompson. Able to get a good push from the Dixie State defensive line. Looked like that was number 92. Remington Kelly was able to get the push there as well for the Trailblazer defensive line.
Second down and 10. Ball at the 28. Play fake. Pass complete across the middle. That's Joe Lubers, and this time he makes the catch.
Number 19,
First down for South Dakota Mines. Out across the 40 to 43-yard line, and the chains move.
Yeah, about a 10-yard, 15-yard post route here from Lubers. Mike Jones able to bring him down right over the middle of the field to prevent any further gain.
They go quickly back to the line. They'll go right back to Lubers. And he picks up another first down as they threw it out to the near side. He makes the catch. Picks up 11 yards. Another first down into Dixie State territory for the Hard Rockers.
Yeah, just kind of a quick pass out here into the flat, almost like a little bubble screen there. Has a blocker out in front. That's number 81, Ian Anderson, is able to tell the play for the first down.
Good tempo again. Hand out to Thompson. And he'll pick up close to a yard. Boy, I think it was Ty Heaton. Had a shot at him in the backfield. It just couldn't quite get him. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10.
Tyler Heaton was indeed able to get his hands on him, slow him up just enough. You'll see it there, able to get a good push. Slows him up a little bit for the rest of the Trailblazer defense to swarm and bring him down for no gain.
Hard Rockers will slow down just a little bit. Take their time before this second down play. Dixie State, you're thinking, we got to find a way to not give up any points on this drive. Sullivan loads up, fires, far side, catches, incomplete, into the hands of Isaiah Manley, but Darren Jones there in coverage to help break it up. Third down upcoming.
And how many times have we called out Darren Jones' name today? He's been in coverage all night. He's been playing really well. You'll see here, able to get the hand up. Fortunately for my opinion, not to get the pass interference call. Didn't get his head turned around. We saw that last week play a factor, but able to get the hand up and cause just enough disturbance to force that incomplete pass.
Did just enough to show that he's making a play on the ball by getting that hand up and breaking up the pass to avoid the flag. 9:50, big third down here, third down and 10. Watch out for Silveria coming out of the backfield. Quick slant route pass is complete, and it will go for the first down and then some. I believe that's the tight end.
Yeah, that's Ira Murphy.
Yes.
Number 87, Ira.
Just a simple play here from the tight end. Just fakes like he's going to block, releases, gets into the soft zone of the defense, and able to pick up the first down.
Mike Jones down injured. Now he's going to stand back up, rips his helmet off, and will walk off, limping a little bit. He'll come out. That slowed the Hard Rockers down as they were hurrying back up to the line. And at least give this Dixie State defense a chance to set up. Now the guy that came in for Jones comes off, and they replace him with Nazi Salih. First down and 10 for the Hard Rockers from the Dixie State 31. Sullivan has time. Pressure comes, splits two defenders, will fire, catches, almost made but dropped. Well, it looked like Sullivan was awfully close to being across the line of scrimmage when he let that one fly. But Ira Murphy, the tight end, would have had a touchdown if he could have made that catch. He dropped it. He goes to the sideline holding his wrist. Not sure if that was a factor in the play or not.
Yeah, I kind of thought for a second Sullivan was going to run for this. Had a lot of open space to run. I thought he might have been able to pick up the first down on the ground with his legs, but found Murphy there, just not able to bring it in.
Yeah, I think he could have picked up the first down, but he thought, well, a touchdown's going to be better than a first down, and Murphy couldn't bring it in. A couple of drops against the Hard Rockers tonight. Sullivan, play action. Pass is nearly intercepted right into the hands of the Dixie State defender on that side. Is that Elijah Isaiah? Right through his hands and incomplete. Second down. Third down, excuse me.
Yeah, just kind of an errant pass here from Sullivan. You'll see he wants to get a quick post route. ball comes out just before the receiver makes his break on the ball. Elijah Isaiah able to knock it down, not able to make the interception though, right through his hands.
Look at Murphy there being attended to by the trainer on the far sideline for you that are watching the game. Hope he's okay and he can come back in. Hate to see injuries. I always say this, but I hate to see injuries. Doesn't matter what side you're cheering for. And flags fly. A Dixie State defender, Donovan Williams, jumped. And then the offensive lineman jumped. It'll be interesting to see whether Williams penetrated the neutral zone and induced the left guard there to jump, or whether it'll be a false start. Offsides.
Number 40, defense.
When they say 40, I guess it's Kyle Murray.
Third down.
And I think that's the right call. You see the movement here, right there, and he's into the neutral zone, and that causes the offensive lineman to jump. That's the right call. Instead of 3rd down and 10, it's 3rd down and 5. 9:15 to go until halftime. Read option. Sullivan has the first down and a couple more. Diving for the first down, he'll be down right at the 20. Needed 5, got 6.
And this is what the Hard Rockers do so well, is they fake the action to a jet sweep there or a running back, and then Sullivan keeps it, bringing the attention away from Sullivan, making him able to get enough for the first down.
Clock ticking under 9 minutes. Ball at the Dixie State 20. Turnover here would be just what the doctor ordered for this Dixie State defense. Sullivan in the shotgun. Play action to Silveria, picked off. Trayvon Watson, 10. Still on his feet to the 30. 35, cutting back inside and brought down to the 40-yard line. That called for a turnover. It happened. Trayvon Watson, the 2nd pick of the year.
One of our key players from the pregame show, Carrick, Trayvon Watson with his 2nd interception of the season. Perfect timing for the Trailblazers, backed up deep in their own territory. An errant pass from Jake Sullivan. Didn't even see Trayvon Watson standing right there. Threw it right to him. Watson able to just stand there, pick the ball off, make a good return, and the Trailblazers are set up at their own 39-yard line. Tremendous play for the Trailblazers defense.
Wouldn't have been for Trayvon Watson. He had his guy there on the slant, like you said. Did not see Trayvon lurking in the secondary, and Watson gets his 2nd pick of the year. Easton Smith will bring the offense back out on the field. Can they capitalize on the turnover? On first down, Sajay around the right end, 50. He gets free to the 40, 30, foot race to the end zone, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Sajay Luongo. How about that? 61 yards to the end zone, and they capitalize on the turnover.
And Carrick, this play started in the backfield. You'll see on the replay here a tremendous block here at the line. You'll see here on the left side of your screen, the defensive rusher up the backfield gets kicked out. Sajay Luongo makes a guy miss, gets to the sidelines, and takes it all the way for the touchdown.
He was pushed right about the 1, but he's able to break the plane and just sneak inside the pylon. Now for the PAT, low snap, kick is up. Jurgensen, good. We are tied at 20. 8:19 to play. Trailblazers need just one play to tie things up after the Trayvon Watson interception. That is how you flip the momentum. 8:19 to play on your Chick-fil-A scoreboard. We are tied at 20. Let's take just a 30-second timeout, a 30, and come right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the Trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Welcome Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Dixie State, South Dakota Mines tied at 20. I asked if they could capitalize on the turnover. One play later, CJ Luongo 61 yards to the house.
Yeah, they did just that, Carrick. And like we mentioned, that play began in the backfield with that key block on the defensive lineman there. Didn't get a number on that. Wasn't able to see who that was, but 2 key blocks for the Dixie State offensive line to propel that 61-yard touchdown run from CJ Luongo. You'll see it there. That was at least number 71, Tavia Tolatau. That was one of the guys there to propel that block for 61 yards to tie the score for the Trailblazers.
8:19 to go until the break. Jurgensen, short kick. That's actually designed, and I'll tell you how here in just a minute. Manley tripped up and brought down just shy of the 30. If their help doesn't come there, Manley is able to break free on that one, and it would have been one-on-one with A.J. Jurgensen. But they work on this in practice, actually, the short kickoffs. What it does is you're trying to force the other team into perhaps just calling a fair catch because it's a high hanging kick, and you're giving your special teams unit time to get down there to make the stop. Jurgensen doesn't have quite the foot Anthony Reyes has. Reyes out injured at this point. So they have to improvise, and that's what they come up with, and it seems to work. On first down, Sullivan passes to the near side, catch is made, and then a host of Trailblazers will make the stop. Quentin Starks on the catch. Makes the catch and driven out of bounds. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, it looks like Quentin Starks would have had some room to run. Had he just turned and ran there, he would have had plenty of room to run and get a couple yards. Instead, tries to turn around to the offside of the field and is met by a swarm of Trailblazers.
Guess who's there first, though? Trayvon Watson, having himself a game tonight. Second down and 11. Now they say a 1-yard loss officially. Severia, room to run, and he's brought down after a big pickup. Needed 11 for the first down. He'll pick up 9. Third down and 2. And Dixie State going to have to hustle back to the line. They're going tempo. Right back to Silveria. Slices and dices through the line. Needed 2, picked up 3, and a flag flies at the end of the play.
And I'm worried about this flag, Carrick. I think it might be a targeting penalty on Shiloh Pritchard. He came in late. Looked like he might have dropped his head. I'm a little worried for this call.
And he's already making his way off the field. Of course, if it is, they can look at it at halftime to see if it really was. And if they deem that it wasn't, he could come back into the game in the second half. They're making notes. I think you're absolutely right. We mentioned in the pregame show and our keys to the game. Here comes the call from Jeff Reed.
After the play, personal foul with targeting. Number 2, 15-yard penalty, first down. Number 2 is disqualified from the game.
And that hurts. That's one of the better linebackers. So we'll see it. Yeah.
Yep, that's the right call.
Textbook.
That's the right call, Carrick. I mean, that's exactly what you said. It's textbook. It's one of those plays that's unnecessary. The runner is going to the ground. Nothing more you can do at that point. And Dixie State loses their key man in the middle, Shiloh Pritchard.
Third game in a row, Dixie State has had a linebacker ejected. 7:30 to go until halftime, and that will move South Dakota Mines into Dixie State territory. Sullivan loads up, fires, far sideline, and the catch is made. They're going to say he caught it. Was he in bounds? They say he was. Isaiah Manley at the 10-yard line. Wow.
Ryan Wilson in coverage here. This is a great pitch and catch for the Hard Rockers. Not able to see if he got his feet down in bounds in real time. We'll see it here on the replay.
We may not get to the replay. South Dakota Mines already to the line. Sullivan looking, and he'll just throw it.
That looks like he might have got a foot down there on the replay.
Great catch by Isaiah Manley.
No foul for intentional grounding. Number 6 is in the area.
Dixie State backed up against its own end zone once again. Second down and goal from the 10. And they force another turnover, at least force a field goal attempt. 7:15 to go until the break. I believe we've only seen 2 punts in this game combined, 1 on each team.
Yeah, the opening drive for the Hard Rockers, and then earlier in this quarter for the Trailblazers.
Sullivan Rolls out to his right, fires back to the middle, catch is made. Joe Luber's touchdown, South Dakota Mines, and the Hard Rockers are scoring with ease.
Yeah, this is just a simple drag play. Joe Lubers comes from the back side of the play on the left side, originated from the left side of the line of scrimmage, just runs a simple drag route across the middle. Sullivan finds him for the score.
Good old-fashioned shootout is what we have here at Trailblazer Stadium. Combined 46 points already. Enos Sefa on for the point after. The snap, the kick is good. 27-20. South Dakota Mines leads. And now a flag after the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this one is, Carrick. I'll have to see what the referee says here.
The try is good. Personal foul, roughing the kicker, number 31. 15-yard penalty we had on the kickoff.
7:10 to play, another personal foul against Dixie State. It's getting kind of old. 27-20, Trailblazers trail by 7. We'll take a 60-second timeout, come right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
Hey, I ordered a large veggie with garlic herb crust.
Veggie? I thought you were more of a meat eater's man.
Oh, I am, but now I can do both. Look, flavor patch.
How does that work? What happens when that's gone?
I've got Howie bread strapped to my legs.
Flavor fanatics love us because we make our dough fresh daily and have meal deals for any budget.
Hungry?
Howie's! Flavor fanatics welcome.
From surgical suites to patient rooms to conference rooms. In scrubs, suits, or sneakers. With stethoscopes, computer code, or mops. We are all caregivers. Intermountain Healthcare. Healing for life.
Welcome back. Ensuing kickoff 5 yards deep into the end zone. Catch is made and nailed down. Touchback for Dixie State. Let's start at their own 25-yard line. How about this? 340 yards of total offense for South Dakota Mines. 298 yards of total offense for Dixie State. And the teams have already combined for 638 yards of total offense. We're halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, a lot in store, Carrick, for the rest of this game.
Easton Smith on first down will give to Say-J. And he'll pick up 4 yards on the play. Second down and 6. Forthcoming.
I felt like a broken record, Carrick, saying this again, but another 4 yards for Say-J
Yeah.
Longo. He's just good at these inside runs, able to find the creases and the seams. Makes a little jump cut right there and propels himself for 4 yards on first down.
Dixie State 7 penalties, 52 yards, just 2 penalties against South Dakota Mines. It was one of our keys to the game, playing discipline. Big drive here. You get the second half kickoff, so if you can punch it in before the break, you're in good shape. Smith across the middle, intercepted. 40-yard line, this one may go all the way back the other way. Smith, the last man to beat, and he is going to be able to force him out of bounds. And now a late hit out of bounds. What do you know? 6:28 to go. Dixie State trailing by 7.
And guess who, Carrick? Number 20, Dominic Jackson, with his third interception of the night.
The hat trick. Here comes the call.
After the play, personal foul, number 83. Half the distance, first down.
Take a look at the replay here. Smith just trying to find his guy, DeJuan Dantzler, across the middle. And I don't know if he just felt the pressure coming or felt like he needed to get rid of it, but Dantzler was not too open. Credit Smith getting back, being able to slow him up. And yeah, Kilgore came in. I mean, he's 5 yards out of bounds already when Kilgore makes that hit.
And at least one thing we've established tonight, Carrick, is Dominic Jackson will make you pay. If you leave it over the middle or if you put it anywhere near where Jackson can get to it, he will.
Silveria on first down, dumps it into the end zone. Oh, Silveria dropped it. Sullivan rolled out to his right, had Connor Silveria in the end zone, and he dropped it. How many? We've seen 3 or 4 drops for South Dakota Mines tonight. Silveria, not sure if he's just
that one's
kind of checking it. He kind of looked over the shoulder to see, am I going to take a shot here?
Yeah, just as easy as you can get, Carrick. Just took his eyes off the ball in the end zone and dropped it, fortunately for the Trailblazers. See if they can capitalize defensively.
Even both teams dropped some balls tonight. 2nd down and 5. The 2nd down and goal from the 5. Kevin Thompson motioning out to his right, fire to the near side, incomplete. But flags fly. Darren Jones going to get called for pass interference.
Yeah, this is an easy call, Carrick. Darren Jones had his hands all over the receiver. Looked like that was number 13.
Isaiah Manley.
Easy call here for the ref.
Pass interference, number 8 defense. By rule, ball placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
9th penalty of the night for Dixie State.
You'll see it here on replay. Just a quick pass into the flat. Darren Jones' hands all over him. Draws a couple of flags from both line judges.
First down and goal from the 2. Sullivan to Silveria, and he stopped short of the goal line. Do they give him the 1? They will give him 1 yard. 2nd down and goal from the 1. Scoreboard says 3rd down. It is 2nd down. They hustle back up to the line. On the 2nd down, Silveria, 1 yard run, untouched. Touchdown, Hard Rockers, and it's a 2-score game.
Yeah, Silveria is able to go in untouched on this one after getting stood up on the previous play by Charlie Coca. Run the similar play right up the middle, and Silveria able to just walk in untouched, giving the Hard Rockers a 2-score lead, Carrick.
5:54 to go. Dixie State trailing 33-20 in the Safa on for the PAT. Snap, it gets past the holder. Safa with it, running, dumps it back to the holder. And the ball comes out, and he's deemed to be down. That was
Tries no good.
Thomas Crease, backup quarterback. He's had a little bit of trouble handling that. Still a 2-score game, but will that be a 1-point difference late in the game?
Yeah, that could play a factor, Carrick. We saw that play a factor last week. Fortunately for the Trailblazers, we're able to overcome that, but that could be a factor late in the game.
It just goes right through his hands. 5:54 to go until the break. South Dakota Mines 33, Dixie State 20. 30-second timeout, just a 30, and right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
Camping World is here to help you connect to adventure and explore the outdoors with friends and family. Offering new and pre-owned RVs to fit every budget and thousands of parts and accessories for any need. Camping World has it all. With over 130 supercenters nationwide, you're never far from America's #1 RV dealer. No matter where your adventures take you. Whether you need an RV, parts, or service, Camping World is here to help you every step of the way. Visit Camping World in St. George or shop campingworld.com today.
Welcome back to Trailblazer Stadium. 5:54 to go until the break. Safa getting set to put this one back into play. Isaiah Wooden and Elijah Isaiah back deep to receive. Kick is returnable, 1 yard deep in the end zone. It's Isaiah Wooden near side. Across a big hole. Ball comes out. Is Dixie State able to dive on it? Who's got it? It looked like a Dixie State player was to it first, but who's going to come out with it? Dixie State's got it. That would have spelled disaster. Good return out to the 30, but the ball squirted out on impact. Dixie State able to recover it.
And that was Blake Entz, the redshirt freshman from St. George, able to fall on that one, preventing disaster for the Trailblazers. That was number 30, forcing the fumble for the Hard Rockers. Steven Nolasco just able to get his arms right there on the ball and forcing the fumble.
Dixie State call it a little gift that this drive continues, and Trent Darms is in at quarterback now after Smith's third interception of the night. They'll try Trent Darms. Hand off to Sage Luongo. Dive right up the middle, and he'll pick up 4 yards. Second down and 6.
Yeah, shot right up the middle here from Sage Luongo, able to pick up 4 yards on first down. Another solid pickup for Luongo. You see just right up the gut here, right behind the center. Able to keep the legs churning, falls forward, picks up 4 yards on first down.
Clock ticking, 5:20 to go until the break. Second down and 7. They officially give him just 3. Darms with Luongo behind him in the pistol formation. Trent looking, fires deep downfield, has a man, but overthrew him on the far sideline, and Dewan Dantzler couldn't run in under it.
Yeah, Dewan Dantzler put a double move on his defender here. Unfortunately, the pass sails a little bit over his head. You'll see here he breaks in, and then he gives the go route, and then just the pass just overthrown here. Dantzler not able to run underneath it.
Of course, if that ball's not thrown there, Adrian Eastman, the freshman, might have had himself an interception.
Or Dominic Jackson, who was Dominic Jackson, who was also in coverage.
2 receivers split out to either side for Dixie State, trailing 33-20. Third down and 7. Darms throws it at the feet of Dewan Dantzler, and it's incomplete. Dixie State will have to punt. Looked real good early, but the Dixie State offense has gone stagnant.
Yeah, well, I thought he might have had Dantzler over the middle, but I don't know if it was just a throwaway or if it was just inaccurate. Just throw it to his feet. Had him over the middle. If you could have let him, he might have had enough to pick up the first down.
Dangerous thing is you've left 4:58 on the clock for the Hard Rockers. Snap to Carlson. Flags fly. False start. Carlson's
False start. Number 9, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
He just called number 9. I'm not sure. Is Mike Jones out there? Either way, penalty against Dixie State. False start. And now whistles. And what do we got? Timeout? Officials going to get together and chat about something. Maybe they're correcting the penalty.
Please set the game clock at 4 minutes, 58 seconds.
2 seconds rolled off the clock.
Will start on the snap.
They get it back up on there. 4:58 remaining. Isaiah Manley standing patiently back at his own 25-yard line. He's having himself a game tonight. Carlson booming punt away. Manley will have to back up to his 20, and he muffed it, and Dixie State's got it inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. And that is huge for the Trailblazers as Manley tried to catch that one over his shoulder, and Elijah Isaiah is able to catch it. I thought he might run it in.
I thought the same thing, Carrick. Fortunate for the Trailblazers. That's what happens when you have a good punter like that, able to force Manley to back up, and Elijah Isaiah able to pick it up. Fortunately, unfortunately for us, not able to return it into the end zone.
Kendall Johnson able to get back and make a touchdown-saving tackle. Dixie State in business inside the Intermountain Healthcare red zone. It'll be first down and 10. They're going to mark that ball all the way back to the 18. They'll hand it off to Sage, and that play developed much too slowly. And Luongo loses 3 yards.
Yeah, no place to run here for Sage Luongo. Swallowed up immediately by number 50. Let's see if I don't butcher this last name, Andrew Karatapian. Swallowed him up early in the backfield.
Nailed it.
Loss of 5 yards.
4:20 to go. That replay you just saw was Sage's touchdown run. We'd like to see him do that again. Darms, pressure comes, dumps it to Luongo out of the backfield. 20, he'll get back near the original line of scrimmage, does get back there. He'll pick up 5 yards on the play. It'll be third down and 10. Ball back to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, a little screen pass out here to Luongo. We saw this work earlier in the game. Able to pick up about 5 yards, get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe just about a half a yard short though, Carrick, setting up 3rd down and long for the Trailblazers.
Clock rolling, 3:43 to go. You've got to capitalize off of that turnover. Darms on 3rd down, a big one here. Fires, catches made. Giovanni Sanders makes a man miss. And 1st down yardage inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. That is all Giovanni Sanders. Making the catch, and the electric freshman spinning away from the tackle. He picks up the 1st down. Dixie State in business.
Yeah, this play when the ball was caught would not have been enough for the 1st down. You see here Trent Darms evading the pressure in the backfield. Giovanni Sanders makes one guy miss and is able to get inside the Dixie State 10, setting up 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 6. Incredible play by Giovanni Sanders, adding to his resume. Sajay gets a couple of yards. Looked like he might be able to get into the end zone. He's driven back. They get from the 6 down to the, they give him the 4-yard line, pickup of 2. Or do they give him the 3? They give him the 4. 2-yard pickup, 2nd down and goal from the 4.
That might have been a bad spot, Carrick. Looked like he might have gotten closer to the 2 from our vantage point. Of course, we don't have the greatest vantage point. They mark him down, however, at the 4-yard line.
2nd down and goal from the 4. Now whistle. South Dakota Mines wants a timeout. Head coach sprinting down the field to call the timeout. That's Zach Tinker. Their 2nd timeout of the half. Let's keep it right here. Don't want to miss any of the actions. Do want to remind you that timeouts tonight are brought to you by Catering Concepts. Catering Concepts and good food that they bring in. They've helped provide food at some of our Dixie State Athletics events, and in fact providing food as we take another look at the muffed punt. But I tell you, I thought for sure on this muffed punt that it was going the other way because it took the bounce, and I'm sure Elijah Isaiah is thinking the same thing. I've got myself a score here. But Kendall Johnson, a touchdown-saving tackle. And it's been turnover. Turnovers have been the story tonight. 3 interceptions against Dixie State. 1 against South Dakota Mines. And now the fumble. Both teams, what a great look there for a CEC TV crew. Both teams have been able to turn their turnovers into touchdowns. Can Dixie State keep the trend going? Good look from down in the south end zone.
The whole left side of the field, Carrick, is wide open. Love to see a run go to that
side.
side.
To the near side. They'll give it to Sajay, steaming ahead. He's in. 4-yard touchdown run. Sajay Luongo, his 2nd of the night. And Dixie State back to within 8, 33, 26, 2:29 to go until the break.
Yeah, good play here by the Trailblazers, giving it to Luongo straight up the gut. We've seen this play 3 or 4 times so far tonight. Great result here, and Trailblazers able to bring it in within 1 score.
A.J. Jurgensen on for the point after try. The snap is a good one. Ball is placed down, and Jurgensen boots it through. 2:29 to go until halftime. 33-27, 6-point deficit. Trailblazers, another score and an extra point could take the lead. Sajay Luongo's 2nd touchdown of the night. Trailblazers back within 6. 33-27. We take the 30-second timeout, just 30, and hurry right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
Welcome back. 2:29 to go until the halftime break. Dixie State trailing 33-27. You mentioned during the break while we were talking, Drayson, I concur. This situation, you get the second half kickoff, you got to get a stop and get the ball back, even if it's just for that second half kickoff. on this drive.
Yeah, the Trailblazers can really flip the script here after being down, two scores and then punting after a 3 and out. Leaving about 5 minutes left on the clock, you could have gone down 3 scores perhaps into halftime. You get the break of the muff punt, you punch it in, you're going to get the second half kickoff. You got to get a stop here defensively if you're the Trailblazers. You can come back, get a second half kickoff, and you'll be right back in this ball game.
Jurgensen, short kick once again. Manley fields it far side of the 10. Cutting back to the left, now tries to cut it back up, and he'll get past the 20, but shy of the 25. They mark him at the 24. That is where the Hard Rockers will start.
And that looked like Dylan Douglas who brought him down right there near the 20-yard line. A good open field tackle to prevent any further gain.
Take a quick look at some stats. J. Luongo, 10 carries, 77 yards, and a couple scores. South Dakota Mines, Jake Sullivan, 13 and 23, 201 yards, 2 touchdowns. Silveria, 44 yards through the air. Manley has 3 catches for 101 yards on first down. They go to Kevin Thompson, and he loses 2 yards. Second down and 12. They try to go right up the middle and nowhere to go for Thompson.
Remington Kelly in on that tackle alongside. That's number 47 for the Trailblazers. Malaki, excuse me. Thanks, Garrett. In for the tag team tackle there for no gain or loss of 1 even.
Under 2 to play until halftime. Second down and 10. Sullivan will leave to Silveria this time, and he'll pick up 3 yards. Thompson lost 2. Silveria will pick up 3. Third down and 9. Critical third down. As we take a look so far tonight, 4 of 7 so far for South Dakota Mines on third down.
Big third down here, Carrick. A minute and a half to go. Trailblazers still have 3 timeouts. If you're able to get the ball back, never know. Could get in field goal range, could bust a big play. Critical third down here for the Trailblazers.
Sullivan feeling the pressure. He'll dump it off. Man, it looked like a hold on the far side. It's not flagged. First down for South Dakota Mines. Silveria picks it up. I got to see this replay because it looked like an absolute hold on Remington Kelly on the far side. That's a hold all day long. Grabbed the middle of the jersey and brought him down. A missed call there. That one should be coming back all day long. As it stands, South Dakota Mines gets the first down. 1:13 to go until the break. Coach McClure going to take a timeout. Give his defense a little bit of rest. He's got all 3 timeouts. Not a bad idea. He's taking the time to talk to the official about just that thing.
Yeah, you could read McClure's lips. You said, "You got to be kidding me." That's right in front of you. He's basically, that's the referee's job, right behind the play, looking right at it. That's his job, is to look right in front of him to the line of scrimmage. That was a missed call, and it cost Dixie State a first down.
Absolutely. Referee, we got a good look at it there. Referee's just going to laugh Coach McClure off. We're going to see it again. Right there. Tugging the jersey, bringing him to the ground. That's a textbook hold. Easy call, and you don't make the call. 1:13 to go until halftime. 33-27. Great look by our CEC TV crew. Want to let you all know, if you're tuning in, a South Dakota Mines fan, first of all, thanks for being part of the broadcast. Our broadcasts are all student-run. We've got their advisors helping out a little bit, but all students on cameras in the truck. CEC TV is one of the great opportunities you get for being a Dixie State student here. Behind-the-scenes experience, on camera, announcing, you name it. Great communications and media studies department here. Appreciate their help. On first down, pump fake for Sullivan. He wants it all, going for it, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass interference will come in, and it's the right call. That's a good move by Darren Jones on the far sideline. That would have gone for 6. You cannot let that play happen, which would have then magnified the no call on the hold. Wes Moyai is down for Dixie State.
Yeah, that's the right call, Carrick. You saw all the way down the sideline. You'll see it here. Darren Jones just has, with his right arm out, just grabbing the jersey there of Isaiah Manley. An easy pass interference call. That'll be called every time.
And he has no choice. If he doesn't do it, it goes for 6. And in the college game, it's just 15 yards. And you reset, so you take that penalty every day of the week. Bruno Silva Kelby Hoffhines and Kaz Takita, the great Dixie State trainers, are going to help Wes Moyai to his feet. And you hope he's okay. He's been a great addition to the team this year. Local kid.
Holding that left arm there, you see.
Played at Pineview High School. And then I believe a year at SUU and a year at Snow College, and now he's made his way back as a junior.
Maybe just a case of a little stinger. That sometimes happens. You get your elbow bumped, a little bit of a stinger.
Hope he's okay. First down, Sullivan will dump it to Slaveria. And he's going to pick up near the first down. And they've made a living on the throws out of the backfield. Clock rolling. South Dakota Mines with just one timeout. 50 seconds to go until the break. Time will become a factor here. Second down and 1. And whistles and a timeout going to be called by
the officials.
Oh,
an official timeout.
Oh, wow. Oh, an injured Dixie State player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard to see. It's hard to see from our vantage point. We had 4 or 5 guys right in front of the injured player there on the ground.
I cannot see who exactly that is. The Dixie State players.
It looks like his paint has been falling off the top of his helmet there.
Yeah. Hope he's
white
okay.
jaw. Yeah. Hope it's all right.
46 seconds to go. We're going to take an injury timeout. 33-27. Dixie State trailing. Second down and 1. Right after this 30-second injury timeout of the Trailblazer Football Network.
I'm Jimmy. This is my definition of fresh since 1983.
Welcome back. Out of the timeout, we get to see the end of that last play, and Abraham Reinhardt. A lot of contact, and then he just couldn't make his way off the field after. On second down, pass is tipped and incomplete. Remington Kelly getting his big paws up on it. And it'll be third down and 1 for South Dakota Mines. Reinhardt being attended to on the sideline. Hopefully he's okay. That's Kelby Hoffhines with him. 42.2 seconds remaining. A huge third down here. Third down and 1.
Watch for the quarterback keeper for Sullivan here. This is a play they've run all night in this situation.
Severia moving from left to right. Still back with Sullivan. Read option, you called it, and they're not able to stop him from getting the first down, but they do stop him from going for any more than that. He goes out of bounds, clock will stop with 37 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is a play
they read it, they just could not catch up to him. He's so quick.
The coverage was better defensively on this for the Trailblazers. We've seen this play go for 30 or 40 yards previously in the game. This one sniffed out a little bit better. They do give up the first down, but only about 2 or 3 yards of minimal gain for Sullivan.
It was Malaki that chased him down on the far side. And he had him right from the start of the play, just could not close that gap, just get him before he got to the sticks.
The quickness of Sullivan able to play a factor there.
Yep. 37 seconds remaining. Sullivan dropping back, fires, catch is made near side, and then the knee goes down. So the clock will continue to run. South Dakota Mines quickly going to take their final timeout. Quentin Starks makes the catch. And had to go down to get it. As soon as the knee touches the ground, he's down.
Trey Watson on the stop.
Timeout, South Dakota School Mines. The final timeout of the half.
He had half the... You see it here. Starks makes the catch, and then his knee goes down immediately. Tackles made by Trayvon Watson just for good measure.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
after the play, the coaches called timeout immediately. You had about half of the entire South Dakota Mines offensive line had hurried back to the line, and they were standing over it like they were getting ready to snap the ball. But timeout was called. We keep it right here. Want to remind you that timeouts are brought to you by Catering Concepts. Also want to give a shout out to some of our other great sponsors, Campus Dining, Jimmy John's. We'll be looking for a Jimmy John's play of the game tonight and a Campus Dining player of the game. Info West halftime report is coming up. Also want to thank, as we are on Cherry Creek Radio tonight as well, on ESPN 97.7, some of their great sponsors. Les Olson Company, TDS, Findlay Subaru, Hearst Ace Hardware, and St. George Topper. Some of those sponsors do cross over, like Mountain American Credit Union, Lonnie Boys, Dad's Trucking, Chick-fil-A, Catering Concepts. Here we go, back in action. 31 seconds on the game clock. 2nd and 9. Empty backfield for Sullivan. 3 split out to the right, 2 to the left. Pressure comes, ball is batted down by Anthony Yarbrough. Sullivan tried to dump it to the near side, had Isaiah Manley. Yarbrough has those long arms coming in at 6'3", bats the ball down.
And this is what you're taught to do as a defensive lineman. We saw it earlier in the drive with Remington Kelly. Anthony Yarbrough just able to shuck his blocker on it was a design screenplay carry. Yarbrough able to get his hands up, knock it down, forcing a critical 3rd and 9 for the Hard Rockers.
NC State has not been good defensively on 3rd down. So far, 6 of 9 are the Hard Rockers. The Blazers look for their 4th 3rd down stop of the night. Sullivan. Pressure comes, fires, tipped, incomplete. Mike Jones on coverage.
Mike Jones has an up and down game, had a couple of good coverages earlier in the game, had a couple of penalties as well, pass interference. This play, a great coverage there near the sideline, the Dixie State sideline that is, as Sullivan, you see here, steps up into the pocket, feeling pressure from the backside. Darren Jones able to reach his hand up, force the incomplete pass, and a 4th down for the Hard Rockers.
They're going to keep the offense on the field. It's that no man's land. It would be a 52-yard field goal from here. So here we go. The big 3rd down turns into a big 4th down. 22 ticks remaining. Snap to Sullivan. Pressure comes. That's Coca trying to chase him down. Pump fake. Has to get rid of it. Incomplete. 17 seconds remaining now. What do you do if you're Dixie State? Ball at the Hard Rocker 35. Do you kneel it out? You've got 2 timeouts. Do you kneel it out, or since you've thrown 3 interceptions tonight, do you just kneel it out and not try to take a shot downfield? Or probably the better option, why don't you run C.J. Luongo and see what happens? If he could break free like he did on the 1, he'd be in business. We'll see what they opt to do here at the 35-yard line. Trent Darms bringing the offense back out onto the field. Sajay's with him. I'm guessing they're going to give to Sajay here.
I'd love to see like a delayed handoff or a draw play here, faking a pass and then giving it to Luongo.
Rockers secondary. They are going to throw a quick hitter to Sanders at the 40. Stiff arm to the 45, then gets out of bounds. So the clock should stop with 9.9. Coach McClure saying, hey, the clock did not stop on time. He wants more time on the clock. Will they heed that request? They're not going to do anything about it. Coach still trying to get the attention of Jeff Reed, the lead official, and to no avail.
Still plenty of time here if you're the Trailblazers. You can throw it over the middle. You have 2 timeouts. You can throw the ball over the middle.
Darms. Pressure comes. He'll have to just get rid of it. Incomplete. 5.2 seconds remaining. Now you're at the point. And an injured Hard Rocker down in the backfield. Can't see who the injured Hard Rocker is, but his teammate, Will Carroll, immediately beckoning for the trainers to come out. That is Keontae Christian. Keontae Christian. Coach McClure finally getting the attention of Jeff Reed, asking maybe why they didn't put any more time back up on the clock. They talked for just a minute. Christian up on his feet. That's good to see. He makes his way off to the sideline. 5.2 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the right play by Darms there. You cannot take a sack there at that point. Risk a fumble perhaps to set them up inside their own your own territory. At this play now with 5 seconds left, Carrick, you're left for maybe a Hail Mary, a deep play over the middle,
or like you said, delayed handoff. Maybe you run Sajay.
Something like that, or maybe a hook and ladder play, something like that.
It's going to be a passing situation. Darms steps up. Now he's going to run. That's going to end the half. He'll pick up near a first down, but it won't matter. That's how the first half will end. Most importantly, Dixie State did not give up any more points before the halftime break, and they go into the locker room trailing just 6, which after it seemed like they could extend the lead to a 3-score game. You're feeling okay about where you're at despite turning the ball over 3 times. Dixie State trailing 33-27. Drayson, your quick hitter thoughts on the first half before we go to break.
Defense has got to be better, Carrick. The offense has been able to produce when they've not turning the ball over tonight. They have to be better defensively, Carrick. 33 points in the first half is way too many. I want to see them go back to what they did their first couple of drives. They forced a 3-and-out on the Hard Rockers' first series. They played very well defensively. Gave up one big run. Other than that one huge run in the first, 5 or 7, 8 minutes or so, the defense was playing very solid. I want them to come back out, play solid defensively. Their offense has been rolling. If they do that, they got a good chance to make a comeback win here.
Dixie State trailing 33-27. You remember, it was just a 1-score game at the half last week. The Trailblazers were able to make it happen in the second half. Can they do it for the second week in a row? Let's take the full 5-minute timeout and come right back with the InfoWest halftime report on the Trailblazer Football Network.
At Kneaders, we start simple, making bread from scratch. At Kneaders, we start simple, making bread from scratch with just a handful of ingredients. It's not the easy way, but it's worth it. Honest bread made without shortcuts. When you come to Kneaders, every loaf of bread, every sandwich starts here. Yes, it takes more time, but that's why we get an early start. Stop by today for dine-in, takeout, or drive-through.
Call it a path. Call it a path. Call it a path. Or way through. It can be arrow straight, or have twists and turns. It's life's financial journey, and Mountain America Credit Union is here to guide you every step of the way. With timely advice and affordable products, this is your journey. Let's begin together. We're Mountain America, guiding you forward.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun, it's gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Hey Dixie State fans, this is Carrick Stegmiller
and Drayson Ball.
We're here to tell you about Trailblazer Weekly, our new show airing every Wednesday at 3 p.m. beginning on August 29th on CEC TV, the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
On Trailblazer Weekly, we'll bring you in-depth interviews with Dixie State coaches, administrators, and student athletes. We'll also keep you up to date with all the latest Trailblazer athletics news and game analysis.
Don't miss a second of the action. If it's anything Dixie State athletics, it's on Trailblazer Weekly every Wednesday at 3 p.m. beginning on August 29th on CEC TV, the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Are we there yet?
Yep. We're here.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
My name is Cameron Chatwin, and I'm a basketball player at Dixie State University and a student athletic advisory administrative assistant. This year, our student athletes have chosen to host the first ever Alzheimer's Walk on the West Coast at a university campus. What a wonderful opportunity it is to blaze the trail. We are fundraising to fight this cure, and and our DSU Trailblazers are teaming up and joining the fight. Blazing the trail to end Alzheimer's. Tonight we focus on the fourth leading cause of death in Utah. Every 65 seconds, someone in the United States is diagnosed. To date, there's no way to cure it, slow it down, or prevent it. As you look to the 50-yard line, you'll see participants drawn from our audience tonight. They're ready to join in the fight and leading the way in Alzheimer's care, support, and research. You'll notice they carry blue, yellow, purple, and orange flowers. These flowers highlight our different reasons for being here today and our personal connections to Alzheimer's disease. The blue flower represents people who have Alzheimer's disease or another dementia. 1 out of 3 of the participants in the field will be diagnosed during their lifetime, and this number is growing each year. The blue flower is far too common and is held by far too many of our friends and family members. The yellow flower represents people who are supporting or caring for someone with Alzheimer's. The caregivers being represented by...
Welcome back to Trailblazer Stadium. It is halftime. Dixie State trailing 33-27. Eric Segmiller, Drayson Ball on the call with you tonight inside the broadcast booth in the press box at Trailblazer Stadium, and we welcome you inside the InfoWest halftime report. We'll give you some stats, some first half thoughts. We'll take a look at some first half highlights as well, and we will break it all down. First things first, Drayson, what I want to do is I want to go back and I want to revisit our keys to the game brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union and just see where the teams are so far, because I feel like you follow those keys and that leads right in to where these stats are. First key to the game was slow down Sullivan. Let's take a look at his individual number. 16 of 30 through the air, 223 yards, 2 touchdown passes. He has thrown 1 interception, has made some other errant throws. So, I mean, 16 of 30 is not a great percentage, but he has thrown a couple touchdown passes on the ground, though. 6 carries, 74 yards, and a score. So I think overall, if you had to grade that out, I mean, you're looking probably around a C, C+ at this point.
Yeah, C or C+ at best, Carrick. I mean, if you look at it, Sullivan is right near just about 283 yards of total offense from scrimmage. That's through the air and on the ground, Carrick. That's not what I would expect as far as slowing down Jake Sullivan. He's been able to do the job through the air and through the ground both tonight, Carrick. We've seen him plenty of times, you know, just break free on some runs and able to get loose into some space. They ran some misdirections. They ran some run-pass options, things like that to get Sullivan out in space. That's where he's been able to hit most of his yards. He's been really dangerous in that category there as well, rushing, and he's been able to do it offensively, passing as well.
Second key was to – oh, now I just blanked on it. Goodness gracious. The third key was to play disciplined. The second key was to start fast. There you go. Start fast for the 60 State team, and I mean, A+. You force a 3 and out, you score a touchdown, but then a couple minutes later you let a 73-yard run go the other way for a touchdown, and that's kind of what started things. You also had an opportunity to build on that great start. You're driving with a 7-0 lead, chance to go up, 14-0. Easton Smith's first interception of the game, and that's kind of where things flipped. But in terms of starting fast, they were able to do that, but they've kind of tailed off toward the halftime.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to start fast, Carrick, but then you got to continue on from there. It's not just good enough to start fast and get off to a good start, as we saw today. They got out to that early score, that Connor Miller 16-yard pass from Easton Smith. They did a good job of that, Carrick, but then they kind of backed up, as you mentioned, going from there. It's key to be able to keep your foot on the pedal, especially with a dynamic offense like the Hard Rockers have been able to show tonight. You got to be able to execute, and we got to be able to capitalize on the errors made by the other team. I don't know that they've been able to do that tonight at this point in the game. If they continue to go forward, that's something that they need to improve, is to be able to be a little bit cleaner offensively, limit the turnovers we've seen in the first half, continue to go forward, and just keep the foot on the pedal. They've been able to move the ball offensively. Their defense has struggled a little bit, but that's just due to some of the turnovers. Obviously, if you turn the ball over 3 times, you give your opponent 3 more chances to score. That's killed them tonight, and they have to be able to be better offensively, be better defensively, and keep their foot on the gas once they get the momentum going.
I do want to remind you, before we go to that third key, tonight's Alzheimer's Awareness Night. You're seeing that on your screen for you TV and internet viewers right now. Purple is the color that represents Alzheimer's, and what you're seeing is this is actually Dixie State student athletes, part of the SAC, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. They're giving information about an event that will take place here on November 10th, right here in this stadium, the Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's actually the first ever Walk to End Alzheimer's to be held on a college campus on the West Coast, over here on the West at any level. So it's going to be a great event. They're out there trying to promote that and just promote Alzheimer's Awareness Night. Obviously, is a tough thing, and so what these student athletes are doing to try to create awareness for that is a great thing. So that's what you're seeing down on this halftime break for your TV and internet viewers, and we thank our student athletes for helping with that. Third key, as we grade this out, I'm not going to hand out a letter grade. I'll just give you the numbers on it and let you kind of formulate that grade in your mind. We talked about playing discipline. Dixie State has committed 11 penalties for 78 yards. They've given up 6 of 10 on third down conversions, including 1 of 2 on fourth down as well, and had a player ejected for targeting. So not exactly where you want to be, but hey, just halfway through the game, an opportunity to go in to make some halftime adjustments. We saw that they made some great adjustments at halftime last week. They'll try to do the same this week.
And they need to, Carrick. They need to be more disciplined. We saw them 2 weeks ago have a handful of personal foul penalties. They had 12 penalties for over 200 yards 2 weeks ago against Fort Lewis, Carrick. And kind of the same story tonight, 11 penalties like you mentioned, a couple of personal fouls and the ejection. They can't there's no room for that in this sport. You have to be able to play discipline. You cannot give your opponent, especially an offense like South Dakota Mines, you cannot give them extra chances and extra opportunities. We've seen a few calls where it could have gone either way, but we've also seen a few blatant, obviously, calls from the Dixie State defense, especially on the ejection from Shiloh Pritchard. A few things like that. Just you cannot have them in a game like this where every score matters, every yard matters, every offensive possession matters. You need to be more disciplined. That's something that I really hope the Dixie State Trailblazers can capitalize in here in the second half.
Those are your keys to the game. Just kind of looking back at those. Let's take a look at some numbers. These two teams have combined for 713 yards total offense. I mean, this is like other than maybe the amount of plays run, this is a final box score. The game being final box score. 368 yards of total offense for South Dakota Mines, 345 yards of total offense for Dixie State. The breakdown goes like this. For the Hard Rockers, 223 through the air, 145 on the ground. For Dixie State, 215 through the air, 130 on the ground. Individually, we mentioned Jake Sullivan's number, some other numbers there. Rushing, your leading rusher is Kevin Thompson, and that's simply because the one run. 6 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown. He had the 73-yard touchdown run. Connor Silveria has only gone for 16 yards tonight, so they've keyed in on Silveria, but Sullivan and Thompson have been able to break some and really hurt the Trailblazers. Receiving, Silveria has made 6 catches for 65 yards and a score. Isaiah Manley, 3 catches, 101 yards, having a great game tonight. Joe Lubers, 3 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown, made up for an early drop with a touchdown catch in the end zone. Dixie State, Sage Luongo, 10 carries, 77 yards, and 2 scores. Lawrence Starks, 4 carries, 36 yards. Easton Smith, 10 of 17 through the air, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. Trent Darms, 3 for 6 for 30 yards. Giovanni Sanders has been a highlight reel tonight. 4 catches, 80 yards. Defensively for Dixie State, Mike Jones with 6 tackles. Abraham Reinhart with 5. Shiloh Pritchard with 4. Trayvon Watson with 4. Let's take a look at some some first half highlights, and then we'll take a break and come back and look at the RMAC schedule. Dixie State got off to a great start. As you see Smith tossing it in there. Giovanni Sanders, I mentioned he was a highlight reel. He makes that first catch there, and that would set Dixie State up for their first score. But how about Kevin Thompson just a little while later tying it 7-7?
Yeah, this is a good way to respond if you're the Hard Rockers. Just a one-play, 73-yard drive on a long run there.
Easton Smith, probably the play of the game so far. Isaiah Wooden making the catch, getting the foot down, tiptoeing inside the end zone, making the catch. That would put Dixie State back up at 13-7. South Dakota Mines would respond. Silveria, the 4-yard touchdown catch. PAT would be good. They take a 14-13 lead at that point. Jake Sullivan, a few minutes later, would make it a 20-13 game. PAT would be no good. They would add another touchdown. Here was actually the interception. Trayvon Watson, this is what allowed Dixie State to get back into this game after trailing 20-13. Interception for Watson, setting up this play right here.
Yeah.
Say-Jay Luongo.
Yeah, just able to get out to the outside, make one guy miss, get to the sideline. We know how fast Say-Jay Luongo is, able to get to that sideline and just run it in for a 61-yard touchdown.
Game was tied 20-20, but hey, just 6 plays later, as you get another look at Say-Jay around that end, making guys miss and then sprinting all the way to the end zone. That would tie it at 20 with still more than 8 minutes left, but South Dakota Mines only needed 6 plays to go down Joe Luber's touchdown pass to go up 27-20.
Here's the punt play from Josh Carlson, a booming punt. Muff there, and able to recover is Isaiah Wooden there.
Elijah
Isaiah, excuse me. I'm having the muffs too here as well.
Yeah, you're good. And then Sanders making the key third down conversion, making a catch, making a guy miss, spinning back inside, and then setting up Say-Jay Luongo for his second touchdown run of the night. And Dixie State would be able to cut it back to 33-27, and that is where we stand at the halftime break. Trailblazers trailing 33-27. However, Dixie State going to get the ball back to start the second half. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will look at the RMAC schedule and break things down and get you set for the second half. 33-27, Dixie State trailing 713 yards of total offense in the first half. Will it be the same in the second? We'll find out after this 2-minute timeout in the Trailblazer Football Network.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Are we good? Yeah. There we are. Hi, I'm Eric Young.
And I'm Jennifer Kohler.
And this is, we're coming to you right before our show that we go live with Talking Point Live. And we just wanted to tell you to make sure you join us Wednesdays at 9:30, live coming to you from the studios of the CEC here on the campus of Dixie State University.
Yeah, and you can catch the rebroadcast at 9:30 when we're not live, and 12:30 and 4:30. Daily, weekly.
Daily? This is like way too much,
yeah.
I think. But just in case you got something better to do,
yeah,
there's all those times you can catch it as well. Also, you can catch us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/TalkingPointLive and on the CEC YouTube channel. All right? See you there.
We're basically very catchable.
Well, you are.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Welcome back inside Trailblazer Stadium. Dixie State trailing 33-27 as we wind down here inside the InfoWest halftime report. A look to turn things around in the second half. Let's take a look at the RMAC scoreboard as we look around throughout the conference tonight. Every other game besides this one and one other is in the books. And it looks like the last one has just gone to final. We'll give you that one first. Wow. How about that? Number 22, Colorado State Pueblo, after being defeated by Colorado Mines last week, has bounced back to defeat number 1 Texas A&M Commerce 23-13 on the road. That is how you bounce back from a tough loss last week with that win, still very much in the D2 playoff picture. Back to the rest of the RMAC. We gave you some of these scores in the first half in the pregame show as well. Fort Lewis 34-14 win over Black Hills State. Another shocker. Chadron State, shouldn't say shocker. Chadron State, a very solid team. 38-34 over Colorado Mesa in Grand Junction. Colorado Mesa has been flirting with a loss really each and every week. And it finally catches up with them. Chadron State able to defeat Colorado Mesa on the road 38-34. Colorado School Mines 43-14 over New Mexico Highlands in New Mexico. And Adams State winning a shootout 55-52 with Western State. So hopefully that's not how this game ends up, but it looks like it could be on track for that. Crowd mic back up. Let's play some football. Second half just about to start. Carrick Sagan with a Drayson Ball with you. The InfoWest halftime report is in the books. Ina Sefa getting set to put this one back into play. You've got the Dixie. The Dixie State flag banner. I don't know if we have a shot of that over on the east side grandstand. It's been becoming a tradition at the start of the second half. They go over, get the banner. There it is. And they're waving that banner. I don't think I've ever heard that announcement over the PA before. With the chain gang, please report for duty. They had to try to get a bite to eat during halftime. And now they are. They're back out here. And it's Sefa. Had to put this one back into play. Lights are on. What little light was left is gone. And we are playing football under the lights. Short kick, Isaiah Wooden will field it at the 5. Excuse me, that's Elijah Isaiah. Ball comes out. He's able to recover it. And Dixie State will maintain possession at its own 20.
Yeah, the ball came out here near the end of the play. Fortunately for the Trailblazers, able to fall back on it, avoiding a disastrous start. We saw that last week, Carrick, against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The Cowboys fumbled the opening kickoff untouched. Similar story there. However, the Trailblazers able to recover it.
14:54 to go. Here in quarter number 3, Trent Darms, still your Dixie State quarterback. And the Trailblazers trailing 33-27. 2 receivers to either side. It's AJ Luongo, your tailback, back with Darms. They'll hand off to Sage around the left end, breaks through a hole, 30, bouncing back outside, 35, and then gets out of bounds without sustaining a big hit. 15-yard pickup for Sage Luongo on first down.
Great way to start the half, Carrick. A little give to Sage Luongo, able to get to the edge and make a couple of guys miss, pick up a big 15-yard play to begin the second half for the Trailblazers.
If you're Dixie State, I think maybe that's the key here. Establishing the ground game here in the second half and letting that lead to some passing opportunities. On first down, right back to Sage, right up the gut. And he fights through for 5 yards to the 40-yard line. Pick up a 5, second down and 5.
We've seen this all night from the Trailblazers. They keep going back to the same play. Just a simple give to Luongo right up the middle. They're running right behind the center, Dwayne Hall here. You'll see polling is Blake Kilgore on the play, leading that run through the hole. He goes 5 yards for Luongo.
1 minute gone by here in the third quarter. Second down, Darms flushed out of the pocket, running right, 40, 45, slides just shy of the 50, and they'll mark him down right at the 45, right at the first down marker, first down and 10. Fabulous Freddy's first down.
Yeah, Darms just rolls out to his right here, keeping his eyes downfield. He gets flushed out of the pocket, 2 hard rockers on his tail, doesn't see anyone open, he likes downfield, and he's down. I think the spot was a little short on that one, however.
And off to Sage on first down, and he'll pick up 3. Second down and 7. Dixie State is going to try to take control of this game on the ground and try to slow it down a little bit. It's funny to say slow it down because we're more than 2 hours into this game already. It felt like that first half took forever. But they're going to try to slow this down, give their defense a rest, see what they can do. Second down snap to Darms. Pulls it down. Pressure coming from behind. He's able to pass out of it. Did his knee touch the ground, though? Referee saying it did. It will be a sack. A loss of close to 5.
That's the right call. I do think the referee made a good call there. Darms got feeling pressure from the backside. We'll have to see who that is. Looks like that is Kayante Christian.
Yeah, knee touched.
Pulling it back from the backside. A good call there and a sack.
Third down, 11.
Clock rolling. 12:55 to go. Third down and 11 now. Been good coverage downfield every time Darms has been in a passing situation. At least nothing that he's felt comfortable with trying to squeeze a throw in. Third down and 11. Snap to Darms. Pressure coming. He's going down from behind. Darms is sacked. Dixie State will have to punt.
And it's Andrew Karatapian. And like we said earlier game, he was able to do this again. Gets a bull rush off here to the right side of your screen. Darms is looking to his left, doesn't see Karatapian at all. Able to bring him down and force a fourth down punt.
It'll be Isaiah Manley standing back at his 10. You see Manley giving himself a couple extra yards this time after the punt last time. Carlson will get this one away. A booming punt will send Manley to the 10. Backpedaling, makes the catch, and he'll be brought down immediately. Josh Carlson, another booming punt. And it'll be a long field for South Dakota Mines.
And that was Cajun Smith Begrevich in coverage downfield. They're able to make the first initial hit before a pair of Trailblazers were able to follow up and bring them down inside their own 10-yard line, Carrick.
They weren't able to get any points, but at least with Josh Carlson punting that ball away, you flip the field position. You force a 3 and out here, you should be able to get the ball back in a decent spot. That has been easier said than done. Sullivan brings 2 backs out with him. Severi will motion out to his right. They'll give to Thompson, and he's hit and driven back. Oh, they're going to give him forward progress back to the 5.
Kevin Thompson, the ball carrier.
It was Anthony Yarborough, Carrick, who blew this play up in the background. You see, just comes unblocked, scrapes down the line of scrimmage, wraps up Thompson there about 2 yards short of the scrimmage, and brings it down for the loss.
It's interesting that if it's the other way and they feel like the running back is still making motion forward, they'll let an offensive lineman pick him up and walk with him. But you can't continue to drive a running. I mean, I get the rules, but you should be able to go both ways with it.
Yeah, it's kind of backwards.
On second down and 12, Sullivan fires, man is there. Catch is made, first down. Pass complete to Kevin Thompson. He snuck out of the backfield. They've not been able to key on those screens out of the backfield all night long. Play action, they go right back to him on the design screen pass, and it works.
Yeah, they fake the run to him. Sullivan rolls out to his right a little bit, forces the action that way, and comes back to Thompson at the left.
First down, quick hitter to Manley on the near side, makes the catch, and he'll pick up 8 yards. Second down and 2 out to the 35-yard line.
Just a 5-yard hook route for Manley, a really simple play. Not much to it. He's the only one split out to his left. 5-yard comeback, able to make the catch and pick up a few extra yards after catch.
10:43. Severia motioning out to the right. They'll give to Thompson, and he's got a big hole again, and he may score again. He brought down from behind. The ball is loose. Who's got it?
Carrick, the Trailblazers have this ball. They fell on it, forced the fumble. They have this ball.
Oh, they're going to give it to South Dakota Mines. Oh, boy, the ball was knocked out from behind. It looked like Dixie State had an opportunity to get the...
I'll have to see the replay, Carrick. I was
it
certain.
Goes back to South Dakota Mines.
I was certain a Trailblazer fell on this one. We'll see
Elijah
it here.
Isaiah forcing the fumble. Oh, he just was not able to scoop it in. And now you've got a Dixie State player injured as they pile on after the play. Oh, just what Dixie State needed after giving up another big run to Kevin Thompson.
That looked like a very similar run to what he broke off in the first half, Carrick. This time able to be brought down from behind. But yeah, that would have been an unbelievable turn of events for the Trailblazers, almost giving up another touchdown on a huge run. Not able to recover the fumble, however.
10:30 to go. Dixie State player still down injured. We're going to get another look at this right here. Great look from the left sideline. That's Mike Jones, who is injured. Trayvon Watson just couldn't pick it up. Now I can't even see where Mike Jones came into the play. They'll help him off, but as it stands, first down and 10 for South Dakota Mines at the Dixie State 25-yard line. A golden opportunity, and Watson just couldn't scoop it up. Clock rolling at 10:25 in the third. Sullivan fumbles the snap, picks it back up, and now he's got room to run. Going to be chased down. He'll just give himself up. Big loss, and a smart decision with Yarbrough coming in to not take the hit.
Yeah, and I thought Sullivan for a minute was going to break this even after fumbling it. Just his quick speed, just takes his eye off the snap there, rolls out to his right. He had an edge. Remington Kelly, however, able to chase him down and force him to just take a knee in front of Abraham Reinhardt as well.
So we saw Reinhardt go out injured in the second quarter. He's back in this game. Good to see. Still no Shiloh Pritchard. I believe they announced at the start of the half that his targeting ejection was upheld. Sullivan to Silveria out of the backfield. Breaking tackle, still on his feet inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line, right where the marker is. It'll be a first down for South Dakota Mines. And they've run that play all the time, and Dixie State still not able to key in on the screen pass out of the backfield.
Yeah, this is what's been killing the Trailblazers so far in this game is the running back out of the backfield.
Quick hitter to the near side. Catch is made, and he absorbs a hit, gets inside the 15-yard line, then to the 10. Wow, Quentin Starks was blown up, but he was able to absorb the hit and still picks up a couple of yards.
Yeah, Elijah Isaiah was over here, not able to wrap up. You see he hits him.
He's going for the ball.
He is going for the ball, but doesn't wrap up, allowing Quentin Starks to get out and along the sideline, pick up a couple yards.
South Dakota Mines been pretty fortunate in a couple of plays on this drive. Read option. Sullivan keeps it. Still has an option to throw. Man is there, tipped. Trayvon Watson gets a hand on it, and it's a good thing because Joe Lubers would have had that one for another score.
We saw that play earlier in the game, Carrick. This is when they ran the exact same play. Lubars was going to come back over the middle on that drag. Sullivan looks back at him. Trayvon Watson snips this one out. You see he's just able to back up. He snipped it out perfectly, almost makes the interception, but forces the incompletion.
Watson has nearly had 2 turnovers on this drive alone, and now a big third down. Third down and 8. 9:18 to go here in the third, and you force South Dakota Mines, at least at minimum, to a field goal attempt. Sullivan, read option. Remington Kelly in pursuit. Fires, catch is made by Silveria, but he stopped short of the first down. And a flag. Oh, boy. Flag sitting at the 3-yard line on the far side. And now extra whistles coming toward the end. Field judge is going to walk over and have a discussion with Jeff Reed, the referee.
It was Alex Lilliard on the tackle, the open field tackle to
Pass
prevent.
interference, number 84, offense, 15-yard penalty, third down. Game clock operator, please set the game clock to 9 minutes and 2 seconds.
Break for the Trailblazers as it was Alex Lilliard. You'll see here Remington Kelly forcing the pressure.
Fourth down.
He finds Silverian over the middle. Alex Lilliard able to bring him down short of the first down. The penalty will be declined, as you heard from the ref, Carrick. It'll be 4th down on the 10-yard line.
And I think that's the right call as they bring the field goal unit out onto the field. If you accept that, you're giving them third down over again. They've just broken too many big plays tonight to allow that to happen. And you've moved them back. If you stop them, they might go for it again because it's 4-down territory. This is Enes Sefa from the 22-yard line. It's a 32-yard field goal right hash. That's from the 17, 27-yard field goal. Put a foot into it, and it's good. South Dakota Mines will take 3 points, but Dixie State, I think, will be okay with that after giving up the big run to Kevin Thompson. So they're able to force to a field goal, and Dixie State trailing 36-27. Now a two-score game again, 8:38 to go in the third. Let's take the 30-second timeout. Come right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
.38 to go. Dixie State trailing 36-27 here in the third. Able to hold South Dakota Mines to a field goal after the Hard Rockers were set up inside the red zone. Safa will put a foot into this one. It'll be returnable. Wooden from the 2-yard line near side. Excuse me, that's Elijah Isaiah. I've done that every time. Isaiah driven back from the 23-yard line, and that is where the play will end. Oh, and he's down injured, and players desperately calling for the trainers to come out, and he is writhing in pain. That does not look good. Elijah Isaiah is hurting. We're going to step away immediately. 8:30 to go. Dixie State trailing 36-27. We're going to make this a 60-second injury timeout, a 60-second timeout, and back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
Hey Dixie State fans, this is Carrick Stegmiller and Drayson Ball. We're here to tell you about Trailblazer Weekly, our new show airing every Wednesday at 3 p.m. beginning on August 29th on CEC TV, the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
On Trailblazer Weekly, we'll bring you in-depth interviews with Dixie State coaches, administrators, and student athletes. We'll also keep you up to date with all the latest Trailblazer Athletics news and game analysis.
Don't miss a second of the action. If it's anything Dixie State Athletics, it's on Trailblazer Weekly every Wednesday at 3 p.m. beginning on August 29th on CEC TV, the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Welcome back, 8:30 to go. Elijah Isaiah still down injured, and what a great look of sportsmanship over there for South Dakota Mines. Shout out to them. You see the defense right there on their knees before they come out and take the field. The offense is over. I think everybody's starting to take a knee now. All the players, of course, the South Dakota Mines offense is over, getting coached for what they need to do next time. But good display of sportsmanship. In any sport, you don't like to see anybody injured. You just want to go out there and battle and try to be able to battle it out. Elijah Isaiah helped to his feet. He'll be helped off now. Able to put a little pressure and limping a little bit, helped by Bruno Silva and Kelby Hoffhines. You see him there. But it's moments like that, Drayson, where you're reminded that, hey, we're just playing a game here, and a young man's body is not in the greatest shape. It's bigger than football, and good sportsmanship there displayed by South Dakota Mines. We get a look at it here. I mean, you're not going to see too much just because of the pile. Obviously, something happened there. Dixie State back onto the field. Trent Darms still your quarterback. Handoff up the middle. On a first down, will go for 2 yards. 8:20 to go. Luongo picks up 2, second down and 8. Ball out to the 23-yard line.
Not much there for Sage. Just gets the handoff and is cut down immediately there near the line of scrimmage with the minimal pickup of 2 yards.
Clock rolling, 8:05. Snap to Darms, rolling out to his right. Looking, fires downfield, incomplete. Backup quarterback Tanner Hammond almost made a catch on the sideline. It would have just been for bragging rights, but got rid of it. Third down already, 3rd down and 8. And Dixie State in danger of going 3 and out. When you're down 2 scores, you got to make something happen.
Yeah, this is just a play. No good coverage downfield for the Hard Rockers. No one open, and Darm just throws it away.
Big 3rd down here. Trips near side. Single receiver split out to the left. Is DeJuan Dantzler. Darms, pressure coming. Tries to escape. They get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's where he stopped. Another punt coming for Dixie State.
Yeah, pressure right up the middle from the Hard Rockers defensive line. We'll have to see the replay to see who got there first, but you see right up the gut. It's right there. It's number 58. That's Andrew Karatapian. We've called his name a couple times tonight. He gets there first, forces Darms to cut up the middle, and was taken down on the line of scrimmage.
7:40 to go. It'll be a 3 and out for Dixie State. End over end kick, going to get to Manley a little quicker than the other ones have. Manley moves out across the 35, just shy of the 40. They'll mark him at the 37-yard line. And that is where South Dakota Mines will take over.
Yeah, you'll see here, able to get some good coverage downfield, a good run there. I'd see from that replay to see who took him down first, but the Hard Rockers will take over 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Dixie State's got to get something to get him going here. I think it's another turnover. 7:27 to go, 36-27. Did not force too many 3 and outs tonight. Snap to Sullivan. Zip it out to Quentin Starks, and he threw it over the top of his head. That's kind of how he started the game, and settled down, has made some better throws, but Starks had the receiver Carson Hunt there to make space for him. Sullivan threw it over his head.
Yeah, we've seen this a couple times from Sullivan today. A little bit of inaccuracy. Second time he's thrown a ball like that over the receiver's head. And unfortunately for the Trailblazers, it's an incomplete pass.
36-27. Dixie State trailing. Quick hitter to the outside, and they're going to say incomplete. Manley did a good job at getting to the ball, but they say it bounced to him. Now 3rd down and 10. Dixie State has really been pretty good on 1st and 2nd down throughout the game tonight. But 6 3rd down conversions for the Hard Rockers, 6 of 11 tonight. Dixie State will try to force a 3 and out for the first time in quite some time. Sullivan. Pressure comes, and he's able to evade. And I think he gave himself up short. He was able to evade the pressure, but he gave himself up short of the marker. And I think, they're going to go for it.
Short of the line to gain brings up 4th down.
Isaiah Manley going to have to hustle back. So it's going to be 4th down and 2. We'll see if this is just trying to draw somebody off sides or if they're actually going to go for it. They are going for it. Read option. Sullivan keeps it. Ball squirts out. It's loose. Mike Jones picks it up to the 30. And Dixie State in business. Inside Hard Rocker territory to the 28-yard line. The choice to go for it on 4th down backfires, and the Trailblazers have it.
And an unforced error for the Hard Rockers. Looked like Sullivan wasn't touched. Kept this ball. We've seen this play many times where he fakes this run, keeps it yet untouched. Sullivan just drops the ball. Mike Jones able to pick it up. Thought he might have been able to break away from Sullivan's shoestring tackle there. But Dixie State set up inside their own 30-yard line for 1st and 10.
I think Mike Jones makes that stop. Even if that fumble doesn't happen, he's able to track him. He read that play beautifully.
There were 2 Trailblazers surrounding Sullivan. Don't think he would have gotten to the line of the game, but fortunately they turned the ball over there.
Now it's up to Dixie State to capitalize. Darms feeling the pressure, and he's going down. No time for Trent Darms in the backfield.
For a loss by number 59.
And guess who? We've said his name over and over, Andrew Karatapian. getting a lot of pressure off this left edge. This has been one of the things for the second half. This has been one of the storylines so far. Karatapian has been camped in the backfield. You'll see him there. Also pressure coming from number 99. That's Justin Banks as well. Karatapian brings him down.
Second down and 15. Ball to the Hard Rocker 33 now. Trips to the far side, empty. They're bringing the house again. Darms loads up. Little screen pass. Catch is made. Down to the 20-yard line, just shy of the marker. Brad Duran with his first catch of the night. Will catch and run, and that will get Duran 14 yards. Third down and 1 now.
Yeah, good play here. Darms able to step up into the pocket, get some pressure from the outside and right up the middle as well. Evades a couple of would-be tacklers. Steps right up into the pocket, finds Brad Duran in stride. Sorry, go ahead, Karen.
They say they're bringing the house almost every play, so there's got to be some space in the middle of the field. They take advantage of it there. On first down, read option. Darms has it. Gets the first down. Gets down near the 10. They'll mark him down at the 8. Excuse me, not the 8-yard line, 12-yard line. But every once in a while, I got to remind myself. Maybe I don't understand these hash marks as good as I do. I thought I did. But Darms, a good call here. You send Sajay with some misdirection, and Darms, he's got a good set of legs on him. Picks up the first down.
Yeah, a little taste of how Hard Rockers' own medicine. They've seen Sullivan pull that ball back and run for a first down. Darms does the same thing here.
High snap to Darms on first down. Slips, regains his footing. Now he's going to run, diving across the 10. Where are they going to give him? No, they're only going to give him to the 10. They say the knee went down. It looked an awful lot like he was able to wriggle out of that shoestring tackle and dive inside the 10. But they only give him 2 yards to the 10. We'll see it here.
Gain of 2 yards.
It just slips coming out of the
backfield.
the knee.
There. Now the knee goes down
the
to the 10, but the ball, it's where the ball is, where the knee goes down, though.
We've seen a couple times a couple of bad spots, in my opinion, at least, so far this game, going both ways, Carrick.
Second down and 8, ball at the 10-yard line. Dixie State absolutely has to score a touchdown on this drive to capitalize on the turnover. Darms, pressure coming, gets rid of it as he throws, and he takes a shot. Third down, incomplete.
This isn't just a situation. I think Darms just holds on to the ball a little bit too long here, Carrick. He felt the pressure, kind of started to roll out a little bit to his left, try to evade it. He's just got to get rid of the ball here. He's got to pick someone or throw it over the back of the end zone.
He's got time there.
He has some time. The pocket collapses quickly. That's a situation where he's able to get rid of the ball in the end of it, but you got to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker there to avoid the sack.
Dixie State has one first down available at the 2-yard line should they not be able to find the end zone. 2-score game. It'll be interesting to see what Dixie State decides to do. Play clock rolling down to 4, to 3, to 2, to 1. They've got to take a timeout. 4:28 to go. Dixie State will spin a timeout. 36-27, Dixie State. Third down and 8 from the 10. 30-second timeout, and right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the Trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Welcome back. 4:28 to play. Want to see if we can get the truck to run that last replay again of Trent Darms. Trying to get rid of that ball. Want to see who was in the backfield for South Dakota Mines. It'll be third down and 8 for Dixie State. Out of the timeout. Here we go. We'll take another look at it. See Darms holding on to it.
That was 15. Will Carroll gets the pressure in there as well.
Helping out our buddies just one door down from us, the sports information door just next to us. Want to make sure we've got everyone credited for everything they're credited for. Here we go, third down and 8. Fire, catch is made inside, and it's going to be short of the marker by a yard. DeJuan Dantzler makes the catch. He gets to the 4. He needs the 3 for the touch for the first down. And are they going to keep the offense on the field?
Gain of 5,
It's going to be 4th and 1. It's like a long one. It says 4th and 1 on the on the scoreboard, but that looks like a long one. They're going to go for it. Snap to Darms, give to Sage. No, read option. Trent Darms is going to score on 4th down. Beautiful call, beautiful execution. Dixie State into the end zone. They pull to within 36-33, 3:49 to go in the third.
And there wasn't a hard rocker within 15 yards of Darms on this play. All the defensive linemen and the defensive secondary crashed at the line of scrimmage on the fake from Pedro Luongo. And Darms able to walk in virtually untouched and virtually no one around, not anyone close. He was also led by number 43, that's Kentaro Yoshikawa, and the Trailblazers pulled in 3.
What a play call. Snap to Duran. The kick is up and good. Just sneaks it in. Dixie State back in business, trailing by 2, 36-34, 3:49 to go until the break. Trent Darms jogging in from 4 yards out. Let's take the 60-second timeout. Come right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
Hey, I ordered a large veggie with garlic herb crust.
Veggie? I thought you were more of a meat eater's man.
Oh, I am, but now I can do both. Look, flavor patch.
How does that work? What happens when that's gone?
I've got Howie bread strapped to my legs.
Flavor fanatics love us because we make our dough fresh daily and have meal deals for any budget.
Hungry?
Howie's! Flavor fanatics welcome.
From surgical suites to patient rooms to conference rooms. In scrubs, suits, or sneakers. With stethoscopes, computer code, or mops. We are all caregivers. Intermountain Healthcare. Healing for life.
.349 to go. Dixie State back within 2, 36-34. Drayson Ball and Carrick Segwin with you on the Trailblazer Football Network. Anthony Jurgensen set to put this thing back into play. It's nearly a full moon out today. We just had that great shot from our CEC TV crew. Beautiful night for football. And once the sun goes down, it's warm during the day still. Once the sun goes down, it's perfect outside. Jurgensen, and he's going to pull that one out of bounds. It goes out of bounds at the 11. South Dakota Mine's going to have it at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Just kind of. Yeah, Jurgensen just pulls this one. Kind of a shank if you ask me. Pulls this one way down the left-hand sideline, and ball going to be swatted at the 35-yard line. For the Hard Rockers. That's where they take over.
Of course, hasn't really mattered where South Dakota Mines has started some of their drives. Dixie State has only forced, I believe, 1 3-and-out on South Dakota Mines' own end of the field all night. That was the first drive of the game. They've had a few turnovers, like that fumble, but only a handful of times, if more than 2, I can't think of any others, that Dixie State has been able to keep the Hard Rockers on their own side of the 50. They'll try to do that here. If I'm not mistaken, turnover count back even at 3-3. What has really been kind of a sloppy game on both sides of the ball. 3:49 to go, snap to Sullivan. Play fake, incomplete. Remington Kelly may have gotten a finger on that at the line. Pass was intended for Hard Rocker receiver Ian Anderson. Incomplete, second down. And he just made a motion like he got a finger on it. We'll see it here. He did.
Remington
the ball
Kelly
changed motion.
Yep, Remington Kelly got the deflection on that play.
On second down, they give to Silveri a big hole up the middle. He'll have first down yardage and then some across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Something with this, the way they're set up out there, there's been a lot of room right up the middle for the running back.
Yeah, Silveri just gets in the open field and picks up a bunch of yards.
They'll hustle back to the line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Dixie State 49-yard line. Yet another drive that sees the Hard Rockers get into the opposing territory. Sullivan loads up across the middle, and he missed throws. He had a receiver wide open, Quentin Starks, and he threw it at his knees, and Starks couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, and Stark had a lot of room to run if this pass is
It might
high.
go for 6.
It would have gone for 6, Stark. There was no one around Starks. If this pass is above even his belt and leads him just a little bit, you see no one. He breaks there's no one behind him at that point. If he's able to bring that in, he's going for 6.
Second down and 10. To Sullivan, he'll give to Thompson, and he goes nowhere. It is Tane Tuifua. Haven't seen him a lot this year, but with some targeting things and some injuries at linebacker, you're seeing him and a chance to kind of, he's a senior, had a great year last year, but with Pritchard coming back and some other guys coming into the lineup, he hasn't had a chance to play, and he's going to try to make his mark on this game now. 3rd down and 11, big play here. Thompson's in motion from right to left. Sullivan overthrows Joe Lubers. 4th down. Another overthrower. If you can drop it in there, it might go for 6. Dixie State able to force a punt.
Yeah, the play action made the Dixie State defensive secondary bite a little bit, allowing Joe Lubers to kind of find an open window. Kind of would have been behind the safety in this play. Had he been able to bring it in with an accurate pass, he might have been able to go for 6 here. As you'll see, all the defenders bite on that play action to Sullivan. The ball just thrown over Lubers' head.
All right, Russell to punt from his own 40. End over end kick. Xavier Smith going to let it go, and it takes a South Dakota Mines bounce. It'll be down at the 12-yard line. That looked like that was for sure destined for the end zone, but it takes a South Dakota Mines bounce backwards. And Dixie State will start at its own 12-yard line. More importantly, however, the Trailblazers able to force a stop, able to force a punt, and now the offense is back with an opportunity to take the lead with a touchdown or a field goal.
You got it, Kerry. That was a great punt. I mean, let's give credit where credit was due. That was a great punt by Grant Russell, being able to check that ball up inside the 15-yard line. I want to see the Dixie State offense get back to what they were doing early in the game, Kerry. Controlling the ground game and also making the passes that they need to make. We've seen a lot of pressure in the second half on Trent Darms. I want to see if the Trailblazers can make some quick passes and alleviate that pressure being put on Darms to begin the second half.
First down snap to Darms. He'll give to Sajay. Hole was there. It closed up pretty quickly. He'll pick up 2 yards off tackle to the right side. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, this play looked like it was going to go up the middle. Hole opened up to Sajay Luongo's right. See, it's going to go up the middle there. He makes one little jump cut to the outside. Able to pick up a couple of yards, but a minimal gain on first down.
And that's an adjustment that South Dakota Mines has made here in the second half. In the first half, that hole still would have been there. Second half, though, different story. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Would have been an exciting game here at Trailblazer Stadium. Snap to Darms. Play action. Will fire downfield. Has a man. And the catch is made. Xavier Smith.
And what a ball thrown here by Trent Darms. Beautiful ball to find Xavier Smith and puts the Trailblazers into Hard Rockers territory. You'll see here, Darms fakes the play action, alleviates the pressure, throws a nice dime pass over the head. That is Steven Nolausko, the strong safety for the Hard Rockers, able to put it in perfectly. The Trailblazers are set up inside the 50.
First down, give to Sajay. And he'll dive up the middle. Fight off some tacklers. He'll get 6 yards on the play. 2nd down and 4. Clock rolling at 1:20 here in the third.
6 yards.
Sajay going to get a breather. Lawrence Starks comes back in here and look for Starks to get involved.
There on the stop, number 54.
The Trailblazers just going back to the well on that play, just giving it right to Sajay up the middle. That play's been working for him all night, Carrick.
Under a minute to go now here in the third. Read option. Darms able to avoid some tacklers and gets rid of it. Incomplete. Boy, it looked like
Pass is incomplete.
Giovanni Sanders was held on this near side by Markin Vilson. Whereas Vilson, the play had kind of changed. I think Sanders was starting to try to block for Darms, who is lucky to not get sacked on that play.
Yeah, that was Thomas.
But you see...
Sorry, that was Thomas Chapman. I was going to say Thomas Chapman getting into the backfield. quite bring Darms out. He's able to evade the sack and force an incomplete pass by throwing it away.
And now a big third down offensively. Not sure if they're far enough into Hard Rocker territory where they would go for it on fourth down. We'll find out. 50 seconds remaining. Snap to Darms. He's going to run with it. Diving for the sticks, and where are they going to mark him? They give him forward progress to the, and a flag flies after the play. The ball was marked down across the 40 to the 37-yard line. Excuse me, the 38-yard line. It would have been 1 yard shy, and for the first time tonight, a personal foul after the play going against South Dakota Mines.
Yeah, I mean, that comes full circle, I guess. Not sure what Carroll did here, but you see Darms, just a designed quarterback keeper, trying to find some space, going to be pulled short about a yard, and you just see Carroll just continue to bully him to the ground even after the whistle, and then just gets right in his face.
There it is,
right there. Got right in his
front
face.
of the 3 referees standing.
With Shiloh Pritchard, that was another obvious one.
28 seconds remaining in the third. We're going Wildcat. Snap to Lawrence Starks, and he rumbles for 8 yards. Clock rolling at 17 seconds.
Lawrence Starks out of the Wildcat.
We have not seen that formation yet this year.
6 yards, second down.
You look down there and you go, we don't have a quarterback out there. It's Lawrence Starks, and I think that's going to end the third quarter.
And to see just a designed run play, a designed snap here to Starks, who was able to get behind the pile and just keep pushing forward. Picks up, I don't know, marked him about 6 yards downfield.
They moved it back a little bit. They were going to mark him about 8 yards, yeah.
Brought it back a little, maybe give him 5.5, 6 yards perhaps.
The second down and 3 or 4 out of the timeout. Dixie State trailing 36-34, but they're inside the Intermountain Healthcare red zone. Can they convert and punch it in to retake the lead? We'll find out after this 30-second timeout. Just a 30 on the Trailblazer Football Network.
Camping World is here to help you connect to adventure and explore the outdoors with friends and family, offering new and pre-owned RVs to fit every budget and thousands of parts and accessories for any need. Camping World has it all. With over 130 supercenters nationwide, you're never far from America's #1 RV dealer, no matter where your adventures take you. Whether you need an RV, parts, or service, Camping World is here to help you every step of the way. Visit Camping World in St. George or shop campingworld.com today.
And welcome back for your TV and internet viewers. Good look at Brooks the Bison doing his dance to the Cotton Eye Joe song. Dixie State, South Dakota Mines in a battle. Dixie State trailing 36-34 with a fresh 15 minutes on the fourth quarter clock. It'll be second down and 3 out of the timeout. Updated numbers after the third quarter. Total offense, 468 yards for South Dakota Mines, 449 yards of total offense for South Dakota Mines. J.J. Luongo has eclipsed the 100-yard mark for the second consecutive game. 16 carries, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'd love to see him go about 17 yards for another score here. Jason, you're scribbling some numbers over there. What do you got?
Yeah, 917 total yards of offense for both teams.
They're 3 quarters.
I think it's going to be an easy bet if you're betting the over on 1,000 yards gained for both teams tonight.
Watch the fourth quarter just be like a combined 10 yards somehow.
Well, the way that things have gone this first 3 quarters, Carrick, I'm not taking that bet. I'm taking the over 1,000 yards on this game for yards gained.
Of course, it's the NCAA, so we don't bet on it anyway.
Of course.
15 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Second down and 3 at the Hard Rocker 17 for the Trailblazers. Snap to Darms. Darms, you're going to pitch it ahead to Sej. Makes a man miss, gets to the 10, a block, avoids another defender, and he's inside the 5. Out of bounds at the 4-yard line. I saw him working on that play in practice the other day. Just a delayed shovel pass to Sej Luongo, and they're going to mark him down to the 3.
Yeah, beautiful play call here by the Trailblazers. You see, looks like they'll run the option out to the left. Instead, they pitch it to Darms' right. Sej Luongo able to make a couple fancy moves down the sidelines and is set up inside their own 5. Looks like it's about the 3-yard line.
Sej Luongo.
Hats off to Blake Rowland, the offensive coordinator,
yes,
for dialing that one in. And this week in practice, like we saw, Karen.
Now you got to punch it in. First down and goal. It'll be Darms on first down with Starks in the backfield. They give to Starks. Lowers the head, dives, and he's going to get down to the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. You got 2 chances to get 1 yard.
Yeah, this is just a good play call right here. We've seen this play run over and over tonight from the Trailblazers. Just a dive up the middle, a solo, just a solo back run right up the gut, right behind the center, Dwayne Hall for the Trailblazers. It'll be about a 1 yard gain, 1.5 yard gain. 2nd and 1 from their own 1.
This year we haven't seen, at least here at home, the Trailblazers try to go up and over for the score. They did it a couple times last year. Snap to Darms. Gives it to Starks, and they go read option, and he held it far too long. Should have given it to him earlier.
Yeah, that's a situation.
3rd down and goal.
That's a situation, Carrick, where
Loses a yard. 2 yards.
Darms puts the ball right in Starks' gut, and he's reading the defensive on the running back. That's when Darms pulls it, but you see here, Darms just
3rd down and goal, back to the 3. Empty backfield for Trent Darms. Play clock down to 5. Snap to Darms. Fire inside. Incomplete. Dixie State wanting the flag thrown on the receiver. Not going to get it. Dewan Dantzler was the intended receiver. 4th down. They send the field goal unit out.
Yeah, just a quick slant to Dantzler here. I'd like to see how the coverage was. I don't know. That's a little bit. I don't know if a bad call character. That's Markin Vilson on the coverage. He might have got his left hand wrapped around the backside of Dantzler there. The no call. It could have gone either way, Carrick. I'm not sure if that one merited a penalty, but could have gone either way.
20-yard field goal straight away for Jurgensen. It's blocked, but a flag flies. We may have offsides. A flag flies far side right at the line of scrimmage. If it's offsides, they'll line up again. Free play.
Looks like it's going to be offsides. Carrick's offense is staying on the field, or at least the kicking team is staying on the field.
Offside. Defense. Tap this and goal. Replay 4th down.
Too bad they don't have 5 yards to give him for first down.
Right.
The Jurgensen now is going to be kicking from the 9-yard line. 19-yard field goal straight away. They'll get to try it again. Snap, kick, good. Jurgensen makes good on his 2nd chance, and Dixie State is back up on top. 37-36, 13:07 to play. Can the defense dial up another stop and get the ball back for the offense? 60-second timeout and back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
They'll never say die. Dixie State trailed by 2 touchdowns in this ball game at 33-20. They have stormed back to take a 37-36 lead with 13:07 to play in the 4th quarter. Now it's up to the defense, who did have a little bit of a rest on that drive, to make some stops. Isaiah Manley will field it at the 12-yard line, short kick, and he is stopped at the 30-yard line. Gets across the 30 to 31 for just a moment. It looked like he might burst through a hole and go, but they're able to step in and make the stop.
Yeah, that hole closed quickly, Carrick. I thought the same thing. If he'd have made one guy miss, kind of would have been able to get down the sideline, but good coverage there on the Dixie State special teams.
11 plays. for Dixie State on that drive. 4:25 off the clock. We would have liked to see them score a touchdown. So you'll take the 3 points and the lead, and now you got to get a stop. 12:59 to go. Dixie State trying to hang on for its third consecutive win. Go to Black Hill State next week. Play clock hits 0. Delay of game, and that'll move the Hard Rockers back to the 26-yard line. 12:59 to go in the third. Sullivan will give inside. I think that's Thompson on the carry. And he'll go for 1 yard maybe. Indeed it was Kevin Thompson. And he's been the guy to break him. Second down. Oh, wow. Well, yeah, second down and 14. I forgot about the delay of game penalty. I am on another planet tonight. Second down and 14. Sullivan escapes the tackler on the backfield. Will flip it down the field. Center of the field. Catch made across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And the Dixie State defender down, now held back to his feet. That's Mike Jones. Now an offensive lineman for South Dakota Mine's going to go down. But a lot of different things going on in that play. It looked like it was a designed, delay, kind of a designed quarterback keeper. Then he held up. He fired it at the line, completed the pass. But right there, I think it was Charlie Coca had an opportunity to grab he had an arm on him. Couldn't quite bring it in. Pass complete to Carson Hunt. But a big third down here, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Coca, like you said, unable to bring Sullivan down. Good job by Sullivan, though, to avoid that sack in the backfield.
Well, and a guy like Jake Sullivan's not going to be arm tackled.
Right, yeah.
You have to bring him down.
You're going to have to bring him down, like you said. Thought might have been, if Coca could have slowed him up there, could have had the opportunity to have kind of a gang tackle there. Sullivan, though, able to avoid the pressure, keep his eyes downfield. That's the mark of a good quarterback, Carrick, when you can keep your eyes downfield even throughout pressure. You're going to see a lot of quarterbacks sometimes, try to pull it and run too early, but good job by Sullivan thinking pass first, keeping his eyes downfield. Able to pick up about 7 or 8 yards, of course, a 3rd down and 5 for Rockers.
Power. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Hard Rockers. $12 to go. And for it being a big 3rd down, it's awfully quiet here inside Trailblazer Stadium. Now a little bit of noise being made. Sullivan drops it to Silveria. Silveria gets a block around the right end, and he's tackled from behind by Abraham Reinhardt across the 50. Down to the 40-yard line. There was a key block. Isaiah got blocked on the outside, and that's what sprung Silveria loose.
Yeah, I thought this might have been a hold, Carrick, on this block on the outside. If you get a replay here, you'll see it here on the bottom left of your screen. They're going to come to the screen right there, number 84, Carson Hunt. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on that replay.
Quick snap, hand off to Thompson, and he's hit and stopped, goes nowhere. 2nd down and 10 at the 40. Kane Tuifua. And Tuifua is flying around. He's everywhere. Making the most of this time he's getting here.
Yeah, filling in for Shiloh Pritchard, who, if you're just joining us, was ejected in the first half on a targeting penalty.
Play action. Sullivan fires across the middle, complete to Manley. He's free to the 20, 10, 5, out of bounds, inside the 5, right at the 5.
Man, what a good pass here by Jake Sullivan. Forced out of the pocket to his left a little bit and makes a back foot throw. You'll see it here. Pressure up the middle. He rolls to his left, makes a back foot throw, feeling the pressure and connects
right
with
on the money.
Isaiah Manley. It was right on the money. He gets down inside the 5.
Hand off up the middle. We'll dive forward to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 3. Yeah, for all the misses he's had. Now on 3rd down, you probably got to stop and take your time.
Yeah, this is a situation where the Hard Rockers have done the quarterback keeper, Jake Sullivan, on the kind of run pass option. He's kept it here a lot of time. We'll see if they go back to that again right here.
3rd and goal. Sullivan with Silveria in the backfield. Ball at the 2-yard line. I said 3, but they've moved it up to the 2. Silveria in easily. Touchdown, Hard Rockers. 10:18 to go. That's been the way. That's how it's been most of the night. Anytime Dixie State has been able to get points, a quick answer for the Hard Rockers, and they lead it 42-37. 10:18 to go on a key 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, Carrick, you see here just Sullivan getting into the end zone, but down by 5, you'd expect the offense to stay on the field going for 2, which they are.
Trying to get that full 7-point lead. Two-point try forthcoming. Silveria in the backfield with Sullivan. Sullivan looking. Pass is complete. 2-point conversion good. It's a tight end, Ira Murphy.
Yeah, I thought Tane Tuifua would have had a play on this pass. Kind of interesting to see what happened here. Sullivan just drops back and finds Murphy over the middle.
10:18 to go in the 4th. Dixie State trailing 44-37. 30-second timeout, just at 30, and back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
I'm Jimmy. This is my definition of fresh since 1983.
Hard Rockers will start at their own 31-yard line.
And Manley's had a monster game, both offensively and in the special teams. Carrick, he's been tremendous on special teams, especially tonight. He's been able to, get close to breaking a few different kick returns here. You see, just gets one guy, almost stiff arms him, but able to bring him down on the shoestring tackle. Had that play not happened, he could have busted one and would have been back-to-back kickoff returns, Carrick.
Credit to this Dixie State offense and this team. They've dialed up these kind of trick plays when they've needed them. Sullivan will give to Silveria. And he stopped after a 3-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 7 to the 34-yard line. I think the hope is, and you mentioned that the defense didn't get much rest, but I think the hope is after seeing a play like that, you just get some extra adrenaline. You hope you can get a stop, you can get 3 and out, and then get back to the sideline and get a breather.
You see Malaki make the tackle here on Sullivan. Meets him just beyond the line of scrimmage, brings him down for about a 3-yard gain.
9:30 to go in the 4th. Sullivan fires downfield, and it's incomplete. Alex Lilliard in coverage with Joe Lubers, and Lilliard wins that battle. 3rd down and 7 upcoming. Got to get this stop.
Yeah, this is good coverage by Lilliard. Lubers just released downfield on a dead seam route. Sullivan just quickly throws it up there to him. Hopefully he can, his wide receiver can make a play there. Lillard gets his head turned around and forces the incomplete pass.
3rd down and 7. Gotta have a stop here. The Hard Rockers 8 of 15 on 3rd down conversions so far. This probably the biggest one of the game. Sullivan flushed out of the pocket to his right. Gets rid of it. Catch is, are they going to call it a catch? It looked like it was bobbled to me before he secured it.
Yeah, the one.
Oh, they're going to call it a catch.
They're going to call it a catch.
Oh, no. Filling up the screen there. Silveria on 1st down will go 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 upcoming. Not sure if we have any other looks at that play. Not going to matter now. You can't go back and change anything, but injured Dixie State player down.
Yeah, I thought they might call that a little bit different, Carrick. We saw him bobble it. The judge on the south side of the field initially looked like he was going to call it a catch, and then the judge on the north side of the field came in. They had a discussion. I thought maybe the judge on the north side was going to come and overrule and say I had a better look. I saw him step out of bounds before securing control. That's not the case, however. It's enough for a 1st down, and it keeps this drive alive for the Hard Rockers.
I'll tell you, South Dakota Mines might as well just kneel on it 1st and 2nd down and then run a 3rd down play. You're going to see the run by Silveria Not sure who our injured player is down, but South Dakota Mines so good on third down tonight, 9 of 16. That's just, if you're the Dixie State defense, it's Mike Jones again injured. That's the last player you want to see down as they check him out. 8:51 to go. We're tied at 44. Let's step away, take a 30-second timeout for the injury. Actually, hold your horses. Hold that thought. We're going to keep it here. Mike Jones is up on his feet. He's walking off now.
And your trailblazer number 9, Mike
Good to see that. Mike Jones has had a good game tonight. Limped off a couple of times. Good to see him come back in, though. Hope, a couple times that he's been out. Hopefully he can do the same after this play.
Dixie State has had his chances defensively. They just have not been able to get third down stops. 8:50 to go and rolling. Game tied at 44. 2nd and 6 for the Dixie State 49. Draw play up the middle. Thompson will pick up 2 more yards. Other third down. You're in a spot where if you can get a stop here, South Dakota Mines will have to punt.
They're going to make the stop for Remington Kelly.
Yeah, see just a kind of delayed handoff up the middle here to Thompson. Picks up about 2 yards, forcing a critical third down and about 4.5 yards. Give him 4 yards on this third down play.
Empty backfield for Sullivan. 5 receivers set, 3 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Snap to Sullivan. Looking, fires, caught by Isaiah Manley. And that one was a catch for sure.
Yep, that was a good play.
Makes the catch, gets the foot down, and he has been Sullivan's go-to guy tonight. Makes the catch. Gets both feet in bounds.
Yep, secures
shows
the ball.
possession. Textbook right there. What a catch. And those two have been a dynamic duo tonight. Another third down conversion for the Hard Rockers. First down, they give to Silveria. And Silveria moves forward for a pickup of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
2nd down, 6.
And that was Mike Jones on the tackle after coming off for the injury. He's limping
up
off
limping again.
Mike Jones,
but comes up and just slams into Silveria there. Good tackle, but able to bring him down.
7:23 to go. 2nd down, give to Thompson. He goes nowhere. He'll be given 1 yard on the leap forward. Another third down.
Gain of a yard. Third down,
Whistles ring out after the play.
No flags on the field.
No
Looks
flags
like
on the field. Injured
just,
Hard Rocker.
Just an injured player just collapsed on the field.
Yeah, he went down. He was got to his feet and went back to his knees and turned to his back. And those linemen are in the trenches every single play. It's amazing you don't see more injuries.
And again, just keep in mind, Carrick, we had the kickoff return. This offense got to the sidelines and no sooner had to turn right back around, come onto the field. We've seen the fatigue kind of start to set in, perhaps. We'll see if that plays a factor down the stretch.
7 minutes even to go, 44-44. I think we'll have time this time. Let's take a 30-second injury timeout. Come right back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
At Kneaders, we start simple, making bread from scratch with just a handful of ingredients. It's not the easy way, but it's worth it. Honest bread made without shortcuts. When you come to Kneaders, every loaf of bread, every sandwich starts here. Yes, it takes more time, but that's why we get an early start. Stop by today for dine-in, takeout, or drive-through.
Injured player was Hard Rocker offensive lineman Jack Batho. He's off the field, and here we go. Another huge third down play. 3rd and 5 officially. Empty backfield. That's how it's been every time. Man in motion. Now Silveria comes back to the right hip of Sullivan. Third down snap. They give to Silveria. He breaks free. Oh, a shoestring tackle. First down, though. Thought he was going for 6, but Darius Nash able to trip him up inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line.
Now this is a play, Carrick. If Nash doesn't make this tackle, Silveria is gone. Just up the middle. Nash able to just bring him down by his feet. Carrick just barely was able to trip him up.
6:40 to go. And you hold to a field goal attempt now. Trips to the far side. Sullivan dumps it. Catch is made by Silveria, and he is thrown to the ground. Excuse me, that's not Silveria. Anthony Ulrich.
Pass complete, number 37.
Ulrich,
Anthony
excuse
Ulrich.
me, making the catch. Second down, and we'll call it 7.
Number 5, Alex Lilly.
Now the clock starts to become a factor as well. 6:12 to go. Dixie State got to hope to force South Dakota Mines to a field goal try. Second down and 7. Sullivan lobbing to the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Manley. And is that Jones in coverage?
Aaron Jones. They've been going to him a lot, Carrick,
Yep.
and more times than not, Jones has responded to that. Good coverage downfield this time as well, preventing the completion.
Dixie State is down 2 starters at the corners, namely Jalen Moore. Did not play last week either. They're hoping to have him back.
All right, Blazers. It's third down.
At least by the Grand Valley State trip. 5:55 to go, another third down, 4th third down try. Oh boy, free play, lob into the end zone, and it's incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, all 4 of the defensive linemen jumped on this play for the Trailblazers.
Flag on the play.
Offside, 92 defense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
3rd down and 2. You know, you almost could have had an offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
On that, and then, you know, let the penalties offset or whatever. But he was pushing off in the end zone. No flags. I think everyone was focused on the offside. Now 3rd and 2. Inside the 10 to the 8. A lot more in the playbook for this. Give to Silveria, up the gut, he'll score. Touchdown. A flag down.
Flag on the play.
Holding. Now it's coming back the other way. 5:48 to go. With all this, more time runs off the clock.
Holding. 74 offense. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Holding against Griffin Fasciano. And the Dixie State faithful below us agree.
You'll see it here. The left guard is holding. Yep, right there. That's a good call. That's a really good call by the referee there.
About as blatant as the one on Remington Kelly was earlier in the game, which led to a Hard Rockers touchdown. And I think it was on a 3rd down again. Now here we go. 3rd down and 11 now. 5:48 to go. Back and forth we go. Another 3rd down and another free play. Lob to the end zone, intercepted. It doesn't matter. It's coming back. It's going to go all the way back, but he might as well stop because it's coming back. Trayvon Watson, for the moment, has a pick 6, but they see that they don't even signal touchdown. Offsides again.
Yeah, you saw the offense, the Hard Rockers, basically just gave up on this play right after the interception was thrown. Clearly an offsides penalty. It's the second time this has happened.
Offside, 52 defense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And now it's 3rd down and
7.
7.
We're going all over
Down
the
to
place.
6.
We were 3rd at 7, then we were 3rd at 2, then we went back to 3rd and 12.
But
now we're back to 3rd and 7.
The interesting part about that play, too, Jake Sullivan doesn't make that throw that quickly if it's not a free play.
Right, and he knows that.
So the interception never happened. I mean, he can throw it up, and if it's a touchdown, great. If it's not, there we go. 3rd down and 6. Now Watson's got to jog all the way back down the field and try to get in position. And Dixie State's going to take a timeout, which I don't think is a bad idea.
Smart play.
Because
smart
you had half your defense sprint all the way down the field.
Yeah, this is a smart call.
5:32 to go. Dixie State's facing another 3rd down defensively. 3rd and 6. 30-second timeout and back on the Trailblazer Football Network. 5:32 to go. Dixie State and South Dakota Mines locked in a battle. You know, this is reminiscent of the first time these two teams played, November 1st, 2014, on this field. It was 41-40 for the Hard Rockers in overtime. Dixie State lost on a missed extra point off the upright in overtime after they scored what could have been the game-tying touchdown.
All right, Blazers, let's go.
And we are in another shootout here. 44-44. 3rd and 6. Ball at the 13. Fake the end around. Sullivan pursued by Kelly. Fires. Incomplete. Dixie State holds. Field goal unit comes on for the Hard Rockers.
Yeah, Remington Kelly was in pursuit of finally carrying a 3rd down stop for the Trailblazer defense. It'll force a field goal for the Hard Rockers. You'll see here, Remington Kelly off the left side of your screen comes in untouched and then just pursues Jake Sullivan. Sullivan decides to throw it away, forcing the fourth down field goal try.
Center of the field. 31-yard field goal for Enos Sefa. The snap, it's a high one. It's away and got it. 47-44, South Dakota Mines takes the lead, but you hold the Hard Rockers to a field goal. 5:23 to go. This is what you dream of as an offensive player, as a quarterback in particular, to come on and have the opportunity to lead your team to a game-winning drive. 5:23 to go. South Dakota Mines 47, Dixie State 44. 30-second timeout, just a 30, and back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
Call it a path, or a way through. It can be arrow straight, or have twists and turns. It's life's financial journey, and Mountain America Credit Union is here to guide you every step of the way. With timely advice and affordable products, this is your journey. Let's begin together. We're Mountain America, guiding you forward.
.523 to go, man. This fans have gotten their money's worth tonight. 47-44, Dixie State trailing by 3. But now you could drive down and take the lead with a touchdown, and if you can put together an extended drive, you could maybe run it all the way down and punch it in for a game-winning score. Sefa going to boot this one 3 yards deep, and Dixie State get a kneel on it. It was bobbled in the end zone, and Simpson kneeled on it. Kind of having a talk with the official after. Your official saying, "Why are you waiting so long?" He thought, well, you know. But judging by his motions, he was kind of saying, well, I thought about, maybe making a bolt for it, and maybe like that fake fair catch in that North Texas Arkansas game last week. Here we go. This is it. 5:23 to go.
Trailblazers with 1 timeout. South Dakota Mines has all 3 timeouts remaining.
47-44. It'll be Trent Darms jogging the troops out onto the field. Darms feels the pressure and has to get rid of it. Just dumps it at the feet of C.J. Luongo.
There's no foul for intentional grounding. Number 25 was in the area.
2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Keontae Christian sniffed this play out from the beginning. He was all over C.J. Luongo. A design screen play here. You'll see 49. Just read it perfectly, back up, and it's draped all over C.J. Luongo. Darms has no choice but to throw it into the ground.
2nd down and 10. They'll swing it. Oh, boy. They swing it to Lawrence Starks, and he threw it right at his feet. Fortunately for Darms, at least was a forward pass. If not, that ball's going the other way for touchdown.
Yeah, this was just a missed throw. Just comes out a little loose of Darms' hands, and Lawrence Starks has no chance to catch this one thrown at his feet.
3rd and 10. Still a good crowd on hand here at Trailblazer Stadium. Snap to Darms. Has time, fires, and it's incomplete. No flag, there it is. Field judge going to throw it in late. Boy, the near side official, a little closer to the play, was going to keep the flag in his pocket, and that one was blatant. It was egregious. They finally get one.
Number 2, defense. Ball placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Dixie State will take that all day long.
Yeah, that's a good call. This is the right call. DeJuan Dantzler running a post route over the middle. And defender just gets there too early, makes contact, and that's the flag.
And not the best look at it because you don't see Dantzler and the cornerback come into the frame until late, but is the correct call. A fresh set of downs for Dixie State. Doesn't matter how they get it, they'll take it. Hand off to Sage. Sage bouncing off one would-be tackler, getting down near the 50. First down for Sage Luongo and the Trailblazers out to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, this is a good run from Sage. A pickup of 11 yards on this first down run. Gets right near midfield, keeps the legs churning, picks up an 11-yard gain. You'll see it here, just right up the gut, follows his offensive lineman. That's number 73, Nathan Aceves.
First down and 10 at their own 49. 4:45 to go. Snap to Darms, read option. He's going to keep it around the right end. Gets past one defender, is tripped up, and then tackled after a pickup of close to 4. Let's see where they mark him down. Where are they going with that thing?
About the 48.
There they go. Well, the run referee threw it about 5 yards back to the other one. So they'll give him a pickup of 3. Second down and 7 into Hard Rocker territory. One thing to watch for, you don't have to have the touchdown. You can tie with a field goal. Clock rolling, 4:08. High snap, whistles, and that generally means false start.
Yep, false start.
Ball start, 71, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Boy. Exciting.
Yeah.
That's all you ask for in a game. Have it kind of go down to the wire and been played well on both sides. Second down and 12. Option outside. Starks cuts it back inside past the original line of scrimmage and then some. And now a flag after the play. Who's it going against? Tevye Tolutau pointing South Dakota Mines way. This is huge. Of course, there's always the possibility of him kind of going double, one on each side and offsetting. Dixie State's usually not that fortunate.
After the play, personal foul, 41, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And it's going against South Dakota Mines. Cole Peterson, freshman mistake. Going to give Dixie State a first down well into to Hard Rocker territory. And you can't see what's going on down at the bottom of that pile, but that will move the Trailblazers down to the 31-yard line. Ironic, isn't it? Dixie State 2 years ago feels like they kind of gave the game up because of some personal fouls against South Dakota Mines in 2016, and now a couple of those have hurt the Hard Rockers in the second half as well. Here, Darms handles a wild snap, hands off to Sage, banging his way across the 20. First down yardage inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. A broken play. I maybe couldn't quite call it a broken play, but that snap nearly got past Darms. He's able to handle it and give to Sage.
Yeah, the snap was off to Darms' left. He takes one step to the left. He is able to grab it, salvage the play. You'll see it there. Just barely gets a hand on it as Darms. Sage Luongo cuts up the field, followed by a sea of red blockers in front of him.
Into the Intermountain Healthcare red zone on first down. Give to Starks. End around left side, inside the 15, cutting back inside the 10. Close to first down yardage. It'll be second down and 1 at the 9-yard line. Clock rolling, 2:38 to go.
Another thing to keep your eye on, Carrick, is you don't want to score too quickly. South Dakota Mines does have 3 timeouts remaining. You do always want to get the ball in the end zone. That's the key. That should be the priority. Obviously, you want to get a touchdown. You want to get points on the board. A touchdown would be ideal, as we see Starks here on the handoff, gets out to the outside, makes one cut towards the middle of the field, and gets inside the 10-yard line. A good pickup of 9 yards on first down.
So the line to gain is the 8. Ball sitting at the 9. Injured Hard Rocker up on his feet, and he's going to jog off. Francisco Dicochia will jog off. Good to see that he's okay. Teams will jog out. The question is, on an injury, does the clock wind as soon as
the clock will wind as soon as the ready to play whistle is blown. So as soon as the Trailblazers get over the ball here, the clock will wind.
They've done most of the damage on the ground. Would love to see Say get in for a 3-score game, or Starks.
And there's the wind of the clock.
Clock rolling, 2:30. Second down, and they're going to say 2 now. They give to Say, cutting his way forward. And they're going to mark him right at the sticks. They'll have a fresh set of downs. Across the 9 to the 8-yard. No.
Haven't signaled it yet. It's just inches, Carrick.
Oh, my goodness.
Third and less than a yard, it looks like to me.
Clock rolling, 2:05. How aggressive do you get here? If you don't get it on the third down, do you go for the win?
I mean, I think you got to go for a play. The best play, your bread and butter play here to pick up a yard, Carrick.
We got Wildcat formation to Say. Say fills his way across the 5. He'll have the first down. Trent Darms motioned his way out to the right. And Say Luongo on the Wildcat. You get Say a full head of steam, and it's hard to hold them. And now, seeing the writing on the wall, Coach Zach Tinker and this Hard Rocker team going to take a timeout, their first, with 1:43 remaining. 47-44. We keep it right here and remind you that timeouts are brought to you by Catering Concepts.
And a key block on that last play by the Dixie State center, number 59, Dwayne Hall, propelling that run up the middle. Luongo sees that block and cuts right off the backside of Dwayne Hall there, and propelling himself for the 2-yard gain and a first down. First and goal inside the 5. 1:43 left on the clock, and the Hard Rockers take their first time out of the half, Carrick.
47-44. Dixie State within 3. And inside the Intermountain Healthcare red zone, down to the 5. First and goal from the 5. You got 3 tries to make 5 yards. When we're finished here with the game, the fun is not over. We break it all down in the Camping World postgame show, where we'll give you all the stats. We'll name a campus dining player of the game and a Jimmy John's play of the game. That's going to be tough to pick one out. I think I've got my eye on one to this point, but we'll see what happens. In the final 1:43, first and goal from the 5. Darms with Luongo at his right hip. Snap, give to Say around the left end. Touchdown, Say Luongo, no flags. The Trailblazers have scored to take the lead, 50-47, 1:39 to play. It's a lot of time left, but they'll take it.
Great play design here from the Trailblazers. You see Darms just give to Luongo, and he gets out to the outside. Nobody out there, not even close. Goes untouched into the end zone, Carrick. Setting up a critical point after touchdown. 3-point game right now. A field goal could tie it. The extra point would make the Hard Rockers have to score a touchdown to win this game.
The snap, the hold, the kick. Good. Jurgensen hits it. Dixie State 51. South Dakota Mines 47. 1:39 to go. We take a 60-second timeout and come back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that.
Yeah.
On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Welcome back to Trailblazer Stadium. Kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. Some extracurriculars after the play. If you're Dixie State, you got to keep your head here. Cannot let that be what decides this.
That's what McClure, you see Shane McClure on the sidelines coaching up his players, saying, hey, we're in this game, we got the lead, we can't give them any unforced errors here. We got to be able to play a clean game.
1:39 to play. Dixie State a 51-47 lead, and you're calling on your defense one final time. To try to get a stop. Sullivan fires. Manley makes the catch, goes backwards, and then it's brought down trying to get out of bounds. I'm not sure, if you're the receiver in that case, you stop the clock there, but you just gave up your 4 or 5 yards that you had. Maybe they feel like the clock stopped is more important to them. 2nd down and 11. It's a loss of 1. Clock stopped at 1:33. Sullivan looking, fires, catch made, 1st down, out of bounds. Some prevent defense going down, trying not to allow the big one. Hard Rockers have to find the end zone. I understand we had some technical difficulties back inside the 97.7 FM studios. Believe we're back on the air there. If you're trying to figure out what happened, Dixie State scored on a 5-yard touchdown to take the lead. Sullivan, play action, fire across the middle, catch made. Oh boy, into Dixie State territory with 1:23 to go. Joe Lubers.
Pass complete to Joe Lubers. 1st down.
1:22 to play. Mike Jones trying to get off the field. He's not feeling well. 1:14 to go. Sullivan will step up, fires. Oh, what a catch. Did he hold on to it? Isaiah Manley caught the ball inside the 30. Another 1st down. South Dakota Mines marching down the field. Oh, the drama. The Hard Rockers will hustle back up to the line. Under a minute to go, 55 seconds. Sullivan, read option around the 20 and pushed out of bounds with 51.3 seconds remaining. Oh boy.
This is just a good drive by the Hard Rockers here. Sullivan just keeps his play. We've seen it many times throughout the game. Is able to pick up a handful of yards and get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Hard Rockers still have 2 timeouts. Dixie State hoping for a miracle defensively now. Have to Sullivan. He'll give to Silveria up the middle. Swallowed up. He is going to get a 1st down. It was 2nd down and 1. So it will stop the clock momentarily at 46 seconds. And now a flag after the play. A flag after the play. That's been kind of the story tonight. If it's against Dixie State, that's a backbreaker.
Result of the play is a 1st down. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Wow. Connor Silveria, 15-yard penalty after the play. The 1st down holds. It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 31 now. 45 seconds, and now the clock is rolling. 2 timeouts for the Hard Rockers still. Sullivan looking, fires, and it's, nearly intercepted. Incomplete. Elijah Isaiah nearly with the game-sealing interception.
We saw this last week, Carrick, with Trayvon Watson, but Elijah Isaiah does a good job to jump the route here. Can't quite bring it in, gets there at the same time as the ball. That's a good play by Elijah Isaiah, forcing a second down.
35 ticks remaining. Sullivan's going down. He's sacked with 30 seconds remaining. Timeout called by South Dakota Mines. It's going to be 3rd down and 15 with 30.4 seconds to go.
Sebastian DiMartini from the center of the defensive line busts through and brings down Jake Sullivan. You'll see it here, just ball rushes his blocker right there, brings down Sullivan, and the Trailblazers force a 3rd down.
Of course, 3rd down has been the money down tonight for the Hard Rockers.
And at this point, it doesn't matter. They're going to go for,
they have to
go for a 4th down.
So
3rd down is irrelevant at this point, but a 3rd down and 15, you force them to take a timeout. 30 seconds left. They're down to 1 timeout now. They got 2 plays to get 15 yards. Your Trailblazer defense has to not break here. We've seen them struggle to get off the field earlier in this game, particularly on 3rd down. A stop here obviously would win the game, would be huge for this team.
30.4 seconds remaining. Dixie State a 51-47 lead.
One topping pizza for $6.99.
Trying to decide which team improves to 3-1 and which team falls to 2-2. 3rd and 14, ball at the Trailblazer 35-yard line.
All right, Blazers, let's go.
Here we go.
Trailblazer Stadium on their feet, Garrett.
Sullivan drops back, pocket collapses, gets it away, and it's intercepted! A tip and an interception! Dixie State is going to win it! I think that's Reinhardt making the pick off the tip, and Dixie State is going to win the ball game!
What a play by Abraham Reinhardt. Back-to-back weeks, Garrett. The Trailblazer defense has come up with the game-saving interception. Abraham Reinhardt gets the ball off the tip pass, and a Trailblazer win means they go to 3-1, Garrett.
23.4 seconds remaining. There's a flag on the play.
You saw pressure there on Sullivan as well in the backfield, forcing that quick pass.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, South Dakota School Mines head coach. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
And it's going to go against Zach Tinker, the South Dakota Mines head coach. 23.4 seconds remaining. I've been holding out in saying this. History. Dixie State has never started 3-1, has never won 3 of its first 4 ball games in the Division II era. Threw it behind Manley, and Reinhardt, the interception, they'll kneel on it, and a flag flies after they kneel on it.
False start.
Oh, false start.
Offense. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
False start before you can kneel on it.
It's hard to hear, Eric. This Trailblazer crowd has been going nuts. It's hard to hear when the snap was called, when the whistle was blown.
Arms will kneel on it. Will South Dakota Mines even take their last time out? I don't think they're going to. That's going to do it. Dixie State comes from behind to make history. 51-47 on a game-sealing interception. The Trailblazers improved to 3-1 overall and 3-1 in the RMAC. South Dakota Mines falls to 2-2 and 1-2 in RMAC play. What a game!
Tremendous effort from the Trailblazers, Eric. How many times were we saying critical 3rd down here, critical 3rd down here? They weren't able to get the stops earlier in the game, but they got them when they mattered. Want to see if we can get a replay of that interception.
Let's take one more look at that game-sealing interception, wide-angle look if you have it. We try to tidy just a couple things up here in the booth. Dixie State winning at 51-47. Again, back in the truck. Here we go. See the pressure come in. They're able to force Sullivan up. Makes the throw. Manley couldn't get it. Reinhardt the interception. And then the tackle made by Manley after the interception. Dixie State winning it 51-47. Drayson, quick hitter thoughts before we take the post-game break. Goodness gracious.
Holy cow, Carrick. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I think we said this last week, Carrick, a gritty win from the Trailblazers. Their defense all night was not able to come up with the clutch stops on third down. They did it on the previous drive to force a field goal. That set up their offense going all the way down the field, scoring the game-winning touchdown. And then they come up with the interception here late in the game to seal the victory, Carrick. A come from behind, a gritty win. Very well done by the Trailblazer defense to bend and not break at the end of the game. And a good job by their offense in the late second half to go down the field and score a game-winning touchdown.
Very classy. Jake Sullivan kind of hanging behind the handshake line to kind of give Trent Darms and some of the Dixie State coaches some congratulations. And I mean, after all is said and done, it's just football. I've been with the Dixie State football team on the road and in games like this. And last year, the Trailblazers falling in week 1 to New Mexico Highlands on the road after having a 16-point lead, 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, and that was probably the longest bus ride of my life. South Dakota Mines will be feeling that way just a little bit. Dixie State creeps a little bit closer in the overall series against the Hard Rockers, and it's now 3-2 in the 5th matchup between these two teams on the gridiron. We've got final stats in front of us, but first we got to take a break. Let's take the 3-minute timeout, 3-minute post-game timeout, and then we come back with the Camping World post-game show. We break it all down. We name a campus dining player of the game and a Jimmy John's play of the game. Trailblazers win it 51-47. History is made. The best start in the D2 era at 3-1. 3-minute timeout and back on the Trailblazer Football Network.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30,
4:30.
Sorry, did I step on you? I'm always stepping on you.
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore. On Talking
Or
Point
attempt to, anyway.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Lunchtime, I'm starving.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Carrick, have you heard about the most exciting new thing on campus this semester?
Oh, you must be talking about the new grandstand addition on the east side of Trailblazer Stadium.
No, man, that's actually not what I'm talking about.
Oh, you must be referring to the new Human Performance Center they're building on campus.
Well, that's a good guess, Carrick, but nope, wrong again.
Oh, I know. You mean that this is the first season for Dixie State as a full member in the RMAC?
All those things are really exciting, Carrick, but the most exciting new thing on campus is the new Trailblazer Weekly show every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on CEC TV, the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
You're right. That is more exciting. Trailblazer Weekly, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. beginning on August 29th on CEC TV, Dixie State Athletics YouTube page, and Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Welcome back to Trailblazers Stadium. Victorious for the Trailblazers, 51-47, as they come from behind for the second consecutive week, trailing at the half this week, 33-27. They come back, did not lead in the second half until until the 37-36 lead after a field goal early in the fourth quarter. Back and forth, back and forth. You knew it was going to come down to whoever had the ball last or who could ever get a stop, and Dixie State able to punch in a touchdown on a 10-play, 75-yard drive to go ahead and then get a game-sealing interception to win it. The Trailblazers are 3-1 for the first time in the NCAA Division II era. Deep breaths. And now we enter the Camping World postgame show, Drayson. What a game. Now, you guys just getting some exciting ones over the last couple weeks and just excited about what we have going forward. We have a lot to do. Let's break down some numbers first. We'll look at some highlights. We'll name a campus dining player of the game as well as a Jimmy John's play of the game. But, Drayson, you've had the break to digest it. I see you scribbling some numbers down over there. Break it all down for us. What you got?
Yeah, first things first, Carrick. Let's start with the total yards gained in the game for both sides. 1,166 yards of total offense for both teams. Sounds unreal to even say that. 653 yards of total offense for the Hard Rockers compared to 513 total yards for the Trailblazers. 225 yards on the ground for the Trailblazers, 288 yards through the air, 237 yards on the ground for the Hard Rockers, and 416 yards through the air. Carrick, look at this one thing that I've circled here on my stat sheet. Dixie State, red zone scoring chances, 5 for 5. That's where you get the job done. When you get it into the red zone, to have the ability to punch it in those late drive situations, when you get the opportunity, that's where the difference for me was made up. Dixie State controlled the time of possession. They won that 31-32 to 28-28 for the Hard Rockers. They did struggle a little bit on third down conversions, just 6 of 12 compared to 11 of 20 for the Hard Rockers. But in the end, Kara, when you can get into the red zone and go 5 for 5 on your scoring opportunities, plus when you have a kickoff return, a fumble off of a muffed punt, those give you a good opportunity to win the ball game.
Trailblazers victorious 51-47. This is the Camping World postgame show. You mentioned those numbers. I'm still just trying to wrap my head around the fact that Dixie State is outgained by more than 140 yards, right at 140 yards in this game. But then you stop yourself and you remember the kickoff return for a touchdown. Man, all sorts of good stuff in this game. You mentioned all those numbers. Dixie State being outgained 653 to 513, but they're still able to get the win because, like you mentioned, the 5 of 5 red zone scoring, able to get the job done. How about South Dakota Mines? 11 of 20 on third down. I mean, 20 third down attempts. 20 third down attempts. Goodness gracious, Dixie State winning this one 51-47. Let's look at individually, and right here we can probably hand out our player and play of the game awards. Let's just give you some ending numbers. First for South Dakota Mines, Jake Sullivan, 31 of 56, 416 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he does throw 2 interceptions. One of them leads to a touchdown. The other is the game-sealing interception for the Trailblazers. How about Isaiah Manley? 9 catches, 182 yards. Connor Silveria, 9 catches, 108 yards. On the ground, Kevin Thompson goes for over 100 yards, 15 carries, 118 yards, and a touchdown. due largely in part to that 73-yard run that he had. That's South Dakota Mines. Who do you look at when you look at Dixie State? Obviously, Seiji Luongo had a good night tonight.
Yeah, we were talking about this in the break, Carrick. Seiji Luongo may have had the quietest 144-yard gain of his career. I mean, he had 77 yards in the first half, 77 yards in the second half, Carrick. Kind of just a crazy, situation where it seemed like he was having a good game, but I didn't think he was having that good of a game. 144 yards and 3 touchdowns, Carrick. I don't even know if I can remember him getting into the end zone 3 times. Obviously, he did, but kind of a quiet game, if you can even say that. 3 touchdowns and 144 yards. He jumps off the scoring sheet, as well as Trent Darms. Hey, he came into the second half kind of put into a weird situation where he didn't start the game, came into the second half, didn't have the greatest numbers, 7 of 16 and 103 yards, no touchdowns, but he did come in and provide a stabilizing quarterback from the Trailblazers' first half when Easton Smith was just throwing the ball to the other team, quite frankly, and Darms came in, took care of the ball, and that was one of the bigger turning points, in my opinion, of the game.
And let's not forget, Easton did 3 throws. He goes 10 of 17, 185 yards and 2 scores. Don't want to be too hard on him. He did, the 3 interceptions were definite interceptions, but he had 2 touchdown passes, and those touchdown passes were right on the money. The one incredible catch by Isaiah Wooden. Let's see who had the other touchdown catch. In fact, the touchdown catchers had less than 2. Our quickie stats cut us off right there. But Easton Smith had a great game and made a couple of errant throws, and I think that's the great part about this team this year is that they're winning as a team. Easton Smith and Trent Darms, you better believe that they're battling to see who's going to get the reps in the games, but they're pulling for each other. Trent Darms came in and he got his chance, and he leads his team to a come-from-behind victory. Easton Smith was able to kind of do something similar in leading the team coming in the second half and leading them to the win against Fort Lewis and helping get the win against New Mexico Highlands. They're working together. They're getting the job done. And, a very good place to be at 3-1 going to Black Hills State next week, a team that has not won a game yet that fell today to Fort Lewis. It was the game that, something had to give. Fort Lewis gets the first win. 0-4 is Black Hills State. And Dixie State won't be able to overlook them. They're a good team still, but an opportunity for the Trailblazers now to improve to 4-1, not just 3-1, but to be 4-1 heading to Grand Valley State, taking that break from conference play in a couple of weeks. Receiving, Giovanni Sanders, 4 catches, 80 yards. Seiji Luongo, 3 catches, 48 yards. I got to pull the rest of our stats up here on the live stats so we can see the rest. Isaiah Wooden, his only catch tonight was the incredible catch, getting a foot down, scoring the touchdown, and then the other touchdown catch was Connor Miller. 2 catches, 24 yards, and a touchdown. Defensively, how about let's look at defensively for this Dixie State team. Mike Jones going to turn in the first double-digit tackle game of the season in a single game for the Trailblazers. And you talk about gritty. How many times did Mike Jones leave, whether it was a cramp or just banged up or whatever it was, and he fought his way back in, and he's the leading tackler tonight. This Dixie State defense gave up 653 yards, but they came up with stops and made things happen when they had to.
Yeah, you said it, Carrick. I mean, Mike Jones was absolutely unbelievable tonight. A tough competitor, the rock of this defense, him alongside Shiloh Pritchard. But Mike Jones had a tremendous game tonight for the Trailblazers. You look, 11 total tackles, 10 of them, Carrick, 10 of them unassisted. That's one-on-one open field tackles for Mike Jones, able to give the Dixie State defense a tremendous push tonight. He pushed through injuries. He did very well both in the run game, closing down on those runs near the line of scrimmage, but he also did well in the pass game by batting down several passes. Carrick, he was all over the field tonight. I'm not sure if the Trailblazers get this job done tonight if not for Mike Jones.
51-47, Trailblazers win it. A lot of points scored. I get to go back and write the recap now for DixieStateAthletics.com, and I think I may be up all night trying to do this game justice in a high-scoring game like that. But, hey, I'm looking forward to it. I am excited about it. A number of great plays. Speaking of great plays, let's look at our second half highlights inside the Camping World post-game show. Jake Sullivan, that was a fumble on 4th down, and that helped set Dixie State up with a touchdown to pull in. There it was, Trent Darms on the read option run. That would pull Dixie State to within 36-34 in the second half. After the South Dakota Mines field goal, Dixie State would go back to work. How about Trent Darms to Xavier Smith? That was a great catch as well. Dixie State receivers really, really doing their thing. I think let's just name it right here. Our our Jimmy John's play of the game. Aaron Simpson catching the ball on the kickoff, handing off to Isaiah Wooden on the reverse, and he goes 92 yards to the house. That would tie things up for Dixie State. After South Dakota Mines field goal, C.J. Luongo getting his 3rd touchdown of the night, the go-ahead touchdown to put the Trailblazers on top 51-47, and the game-sealing interception. Let's not forget to give credit where credit is due. The Dixie State defensive line applying pressure, getting Sullivan out of his comfort zone, so that ball was thrown behind Isaiah Manley and intercepted by Abraham Reinhardt.
Yeah, you see a lot of times those tip drills, that kind of, those tipped passes that are up in the air, those are a lot of times the ones that get intercepted, Carrick. And that play really initiated in the backfield. I mean, as much as the interception is going to get all the play, like you mentioned, we have to give credit where credit is due. The pressure coming in the backfield there to force Jake Sullivan to throw that ball maybe a little bit quicker than he wanted to, might not have been able to get as much on it as he wanted to. That made the pass sail a little bit wide. The tip drill and the interception by Abraham Reinhardt to seal the 51-47 win.
Let's hand out our awards. Well, we just named our Jimmy John's play of the game. Shout out to Jimmy John's for sponsoring that.
And by the way,
I may have to just stop there on the way home.
Isaiah Wooden would have won that play no matter what, because he had the unbelievable catch in the end zone in the first half. So I mean, it was Isaiah Wooden on both plays. We'll give him.
Well, here's the thing: we're going to nominate both of those plays for D2 plays of the week. We'll probably get some RMAC recognition as well, and they both could land. I mean, they're both highlight reel plays. I'd be shocked if that touchdown return is not top 2 at least. I think it'll get in. Man, what a game! So there's your Jimmy John's play of the game. How about Campus Dining player of the game? We named Luongo as our player of the game last week. I think offensively, Luongo 21 carries, 144 yards, 3 scores. How about Giovanni Sanders? I feel like, I don't know if you can full on go player of the game or not, but let's not look over. There's 4 catches. That he had a key 3rd down conversion that led to a touchdown in the second half, or the first half, if you remember. His 3rd down, he made a catch short of the marker, and he spun away and got inside the 10, down to the 5, and that set up a Dixie State touchdown in the first half. So he's certainly a name you have to throw out. I think for me, though, if you're going offensively, I think it's still got to be C.J. Luongo, 21 carries, 144 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree, Carrick. I mean, he had another great game, 144 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like you mentioned, he broke that huge 61-yarder in the first half, and that was a huge play at the time. It tied the game up at 20 points apiece, and like I said, that was a big turning point in the game as well. Now, the Hard Rockers go on a 13-point scoring run there as well, but if not for that huge run, you could be looking at a 3-score game, and who knows what happens after that. So that was a big run to get the things going, get things tied up again as well. Luongo had another great game. I felt like a broken record talking about it over and over, Carrick. Another 45 yards for C.J. Luongo. He's very, very good at running the ball up the middle and just getting and hiding behind the big lineman up front. And it almost seems like he gets 4 yards every time he touches the ball. Really, really good night for him.
Dixie State 51, South Dakota Mines 47. The Trailblazers have their best start in the Division II era, winning it by 4 in a shootout. That is the definition of a shootout. The teams combine for over 1,100 yards of total offense. They combine for over 100 yards nearly 100 points in the game tonight. And, man, what a game. certainly fun to be a part of. Final thoughts, Drayson, before we let this TV and these radio producers on their way. We could talk about this game all night, but I know people want to get going, so we better wrap things down.
So many good things to talk about, Carrick. What strikes me the most is just how this Trailblazer team has been able to fight from behind. Back-to-back weeks, Carrick, they have been trailing in the game by multiple scores, by at least 2 scores in each of the previous 2 games here on their home field, Carrick. But this team is just built a little bit differently than previous teams. They never give up. There's no quit in them. They might have some issues defensively at times, some issues offensively at times. That's going to happen on a day-to-day basis, a week-to-week basis with any football team. But the most important thing is that you can overcome those mistakes or those challenges and stay in games and be competitive in games and never quit. That's what's impressed me the most with this Trailblazer team, Care. If they continue to do that and continue to execute those plays late in the game, I like their chances going forward in this season.
Final shout-outs back to our CEC TV crew waiting patiently in the van, waiting patiently to be able to come up here and tear everything out of here, replay monitor and everything. Shout out to them and their great students for the great looks they get us on the cameras. Shout out to Ken on the radio side for producing it back in the ESPN 97.7 FM studio. We take a break as far as our broadcasts go. I'm not traveling with the team this year like I have been in the past. So Dixie State will head to Black Hill State next week at 1 p.m. That kickoff will be. We'll give you all the I'll be watching that game from home. We'll give you all the updates on @Dixie Athletics on Twitter. So follow along. We'll give you the updates there. You can also watch the game still on portal.stretchinternet.com/Dixie State. That will link up to the Black Hill State streaming portal. Trailblazers win it. And then it's off to Grand Valley State, top 10 Division II powerhouse. And I actually will be making the trip there. Be able to hear that game on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM. And we hope that at that point Trailblazers will be 4-1, heading out to, big-time D2 team. And who knows? Anything could happen. But Trailblazers win it tonight. Thank you all for listening. Again, for our CEC TV crew, for Ken back in the radio, 97.7 FM radio station, and for Drayson Ball, I'm Carrick Segmiller, thanking you for watching, listening, however you joined us tonight. We thank you. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. We'll catch you on our next broadcast on October 13th. Western State will be here at Trailblazer Stadium at 1 p.m. Good night, everybody.